what's the other school name? Again.
Yeah,
That place
I
is
actually went to that. Yeah.
such a crappy place to go.
Yeah.
It's actually, as far as development.
Hello and welcome into Adamson Stadium here on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania for the 10th annual Coal Bowl between the California Vulcans and the IUP Crimson Hawks. Welcome into the broadcast. Hello and welcome into the 10th annual Coal Bowl between the California Vulcans and the IUP Crimson Hawks. This is a great matchup. great announcers here today with Danny Beck and Dylan Goday. And Dylan, we have a fantastic game between two teams that are going at it in the PSAC West.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this in Division II football, especially in the PSAC. California versus IUP. This is what the conference comes down to year in and year out. So it should be on tap for a fantastic game and between two very talented ball clubs.
And talking about games, the last game, IUP and Cal both open up divisional play. IUP took on Mercyhurst and got the victory 34-7.
And they got a big victory led by quarterback Lenny Williams. You will hear his name all night tonight. He is top 5 in the country with a passer rating of 189. Lenny Williams is a extreme talent, a 4-year starter at the helm for the IUP Crimson Hawks. So if California wants to get a upset win today over the number 2 IUP Crimson Hawks, they have to stop Lenny Williams.
And that win was IUP's 20th consecutive regular game win streak. They extended that streak last week. And for California, they extended their win streak to 2 games this season as they took down Edinboro Fighting Scots.
Yeah, there was a close one there as Edinboro came back, took the lead late in the game, but California was able to get the 40-35 win, led by Lamont McFadder. Lamont McFadder with 3 takeaways in that game, including a fumble recovery for a touchdown. 2 straight games now that he has come in for this defense and just turned this defense around. So Lamont McFadder going to have another big game here tonight if California wants to come up on top. So defense, huge key. Stopping Lenny Williams and getting those turnovers.
And we're going to get to the keys to victory a little bit later. Jumping ahead on that one, Dylan, with the last game between both of these squads. Last season, California on the losing side of a 26-10 result.
Yeah, and it was led in that game by Lenny Williams and Samir Bullock and Chris Temple. Those 2 guys are running backs. Chris Temple and Samir Bullock, they have been around here just as long as Lenny Williams has. They both combined for numerous yards and touchdowns against Cal last year. So this defense is going to have to step up and stop them. That's really what this game's going to come down to, stopping that rushing attack and stopping the air game there with Lenny Williams.
And California held IUP to a season low, 26 points at that time. So it was a big defensive victory for California, although they still came on the losing end. But now we're going to get into the keys to victory, something that Dylan implemented last season, continuing it this season. So get those keys to victory for Cal first.
First for California, contain Lenny. Contain Lenny Williams. That's what this game's going to come down to. Can you stop the quarterback play of Lenny Williams? And then the rest can take care of itself. Next is make it cloudy, and that is a shout out to London Cloud, the transfer from Lackawanna College here in Pennsylvania. He has come in and had a fantastic season at the linebacker season and leading the team in tackles from that linebacker position. Him and Lamont McFadder are going to have to get it done. And next for California is rhythm on offense. You have to establish a rhythm. Last week they couldn't get into a rhythm, and it caught up to them late in that game. So this team, led by Noah Mitchell, the freshman quarterback, has to start out in a rhythm.
And that first key, Lenny Williams likes to get outside of the pocket, extend plays. It's something that California and those ends on the defense really are going to be in the spotlight here tonight. But now we're going to work over to IUP's. What's IUP's keys to victory?
They have to make Cal one-dimensional. Stop the ground game there with Nelson Brown for California, who's had 3 touchdowns in back-to-back games. You stop that, it's a great way to stop this California team. And next is control the tempo. California, when they get time of possession, they are hard to stop, are the Vulcans. So if IUP can control that time of possession, pay out big for them as well. And then turn out the lights. The lights will be out here for Cal U. So you have to establish this game in front of a nice atmosphere. We know the crowd's going to be rocking. Last time the Cold Bowl, you and I were announcing it. Great atmosphere here at Cal U. If IUP wants to get the win, they have to control the atmosphere here tonight.
And as the crowd pours in, we're awaiting kickoff. Stay tuned on CUTV. Kickoff is next.
Patriotism. There's a word thrown around a lot. It inspires passionate debate and is worn like a badge of honor, and with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. For a word designed to unite, it can also be pretty divisive. You see, there's more to patriotism than flag sequin onesies and rodeos and quadruple cheeseburgers. Patriotism is love for a country, not just pride in it. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's more than just a huge rock full of animals like cougars and eagles, right? It's the people. Do me a favor. Close your eyes for a second. I want to try something out. Picture the average U.S. citizen. Think about it. How old are they? What's their hair like? How much can they bench? You got one? Okay. So chances are, the person you're picturing right now looks a little different to the real average American. There are 319 million U.S. citizens. 51% are female. So first off, the average American is a woman. Cool, huh? Is that what you pictured? 54 million are Latino, 40 million senior citizens, 27 million are disabled, 18 million are Asian. That's more people in the U.S. than play football and baseball combined. 9 million are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, more than the entire amount of people that live in the state of Virginia. Around 10 million are redhead, 5.1 million play ultimate frisbee, and 3.5 million are Muslim. Triple the number of people currently serving in the United States military. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. We know that labels don't devalue us, they help define us, keeping us dialed into our cultures and our beliefs and who we are as Americans. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? I mean, it's stitched into the stars and stripes of this country, from the Constitution to Gettysburg, to our motto, E pluribus unum, from many, one. It's even in our country's name, the United States. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? So let's try this one more time. Close your eyes. Picture the average Joe or Joan or Juan or Jean-Luc. The real people who make America, America. And this year, whenever you feel the urge to don those star-spangled shorts, set off fireworks the size of my biceps to show love for our country, remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
Are you a visual storyteller? The Cal Times and CUTV is looking for students with an interest in expanding their skills in photography and videography. We call it visual journalism, and we're here to offer you opportunities to learn how to shoot and edit from a wide range of events at California University of Pennsylvania. Our focus is on local coverage of sports and news events from campus and around the region. We provide on-site training as we help you develop your skills as a visual multimedia storyteller for the Cal Times newspaper and CUTV News Center. To learn more about visual journalism opportunities and join our team, visit our media production facility in the Natali Student Center or email the Cal Times at caltimes@calu.edu.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
on the campus of California University of Pennsylvania. Once again, I am Danny Beck. Joined alongside me tonight is Dylan Godet. And Dylan, big matchup for California. This is really their test of the season every single year, right in the middle of their schedule, facing the number 2 ranked IUP Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, definitely. This is a game that California marks on their schedule year in and year out. Coach Dunn likes to preach, like most coaches here, that it's 1 week at a time. But it's hard when you get the schedule at the beginning of the year to not circle this date and say this is the game that we want to come out and have a fantastic performance. The number 2 team in the country this year hasn't been like this in years past as we're looking at the tail of the tape. Both teams right around 38 points per game, but like I was saying, it hasn't in years past. IUP has not been the higher ranked team. In the last couple of years, Cal's been the higher ranked team, and IUP's come in and knocked them off. But looking down the more stats here, points allowed, this IUP defense is legit. 12 points per game allowed so far this season, and that's facing a top 25, top 15 powerhouse in Ashland, still only allowing 12 points per game. Rushing, IUP has the advantage. When you have a quarterback like Lenny Williams that can rush and throw the ball, it makes it even more difficult to stop. And third down conversions. Cal ranks 12th in the entire country in time of possession, and the third down conversion, I believe they're second in the entire country, is Cal. So they do a great job of converting those third downs. We're going to need to get them tonight to have a good result here in this one.
Yeah, and the pass-heavy offense for both sides, actually. You know, with both of these teams, they come in tied for the PSAC lead with only 2 sacks allowed this season. That actually ranks 4th fewest in the country. So, Dylan, this offensive line for both sides, led by some returning players. For California, they returned Craig McCorkle. For IUP, they returned 2 that led the PSAC West last season. So, you know, they got some anchors right in the middle of the field, as you see there on your screen. The Vulcans coming out onto the field out of that helmet. And also, Dylan, tonight, under the lights, California performs underneath the lights, and we can see the kickoff weather. The sun's still out right now at kickoff, but it will drop. Right now it's sitting at 68 degrees with winds about 10 to 20 miles per hour. But you're the meteorologist. I don't know what I'm doing talking about all this weather.
Well, it is game time temperature around 68 degrees, but that's going to drop. Once the sun goes down, it's going to be in the high 50s. The wind speed may pick up, though, so that's something Cal needs to look out for in this one. The wind's gusting around. Right now you see the flags not moving too much on the goalpost, so the flag right now, the wind right now is not too strong, but keep a lookout for that, as well as rain. It looks like a beautiful sky out there, so no worries when it comes to rain, but that's something to keep an eye on as well. I'll be looking at the radar, keeping an eye on that, but nonetheless, rain or not, it's going to be a fantastic matchup here today. And for those of you that watched us last time this Cold Bowl took place, Danny and I were on the call for this one. One of the all-time greats to take place here in this historic rivalry, and I was glad to be a part of it, Danny.
It most definitely is. It's a great experience, great atmosphere here at California. But last season was actually at IUP. A little bit of a different experience for us, as you know, we were kind of spectators of that
fans
game.
in that game.
Yeah, so it was a little bit interesting not being able to call the Cold Bowl, but it's always fun to announce this game. It's one of the games that I know that I circle, just like California circles on their schedule. But, you know, fantastic game between 2 teams that just butt heads. They go at it every single year, whether it's in the regular season or later on in the playoffs. But for IUP, they have a 20-game regular season win streak. Now, they extended that last week when they took on Mercyhurst, both teams opening up PSAC West divisional play, like we mentioned, in the open. And this game will open with IUP touching the football first.
And you said 20-game regular season win streak. The last time this team lost a regular season game was against Cal U in the Cold Bowl right here 2 years ago. So keep that in mind as this game comes into play. These 2 teams, usually close games. In the last 10 Cold Bowls, so this is the 10th Cold Bowl, the last 9 Cold Bowls, Cal averages 21 points, IUP averages 20. So it should be a fantastic close matchup here today.
And the record in the Cold Bowl in the last 10 years, 6-3 in favor of California. IUP will receive this at just about the 2-yard line, right in the middle of the field, and the Vulcans are right there, all black uniforms. Takes him down at just around the 14-yard line, so special teams on display. But right here, we're going to see the front 7 of the defense right here on your screen.
Anchored by 94 Malik Akins, him and London Cloud, 2 leaders on this defense. London Cloud transferring in from Lackawanna College, comes in, was all conference there at the JUCO in Lackawanna, comes in here, and he is a force to be reckoned with early on for Cal. And on the defensive backs, led by Lamont McFadder, the leader, bar none, on this defense, and especially in the secondary, makes plays game in and game out.
Samir Bullock behind Lenny Williams, and he will get the first touch of this game right there for California. Big wrap-up play, I believe by number 55, and that is Gerald Brown.
Yeah, Gerald Brown with a big stop in the middle, but looking at the backs and receivers led by Lenny Williams and Samir Bullock up front. Kind of a young front line from what I saw looking at this IUP team. So California, if they're going to take advantage of anything, I think it's getting after that young offensive line.
Stack wide receiver look out to the left for Williams. Gets the ball and gives to Bullock. Bullock finding some space right up the middle of the field, and he will get brought down right at the first down marker. Let's see where they give this, and they will move the chain. So first down, 2 consecutive runs for this Crimson Hawk offense.
Yeah, and Samir Bullock got going up the middle there. We're going to see him today, Samir Bullock, as well as a trio of running backs. So first we're going to see Bullock, but it's what Cal U can do to stop those players. Justice Evans is one of those players that can come in for IUP.
Taking some time, much like California did last season, led by Michael Keir at the helm.
Interesting to watch this matchup here. You mentioned the bunch receiver to this near side of the field.
Being in a passing situation, they're actually going to give it over to Bullock. But Bullock switches field, stays on his feet, shedding arm tackles, and gets a big chunk of yards there on the first down play.
And Breon Koch there looked like he had an opportunity to make this tackle in the backfield. We're take another look at this. A zone read out to the outside, zone sweep to the left there. Koch had the hands on the defender, was not able to, the offensive player there, Bullock, was not able to bring him down.
And Aaron Brown came in to make the stop in the secondary, preventing any further damage from Bullock. Bullock this season racks up 218 yards and a touchdown, averaging 5.54 yards per carry. Still in that bunch look over to the right this time, and a little fumble in the backfield now. California brings down Williams for their first sack here tonight. A little bit of a mistake there, Dylan.
Yeah, that was a mistake we are not accustomed to seeing out of Lenny Williams. He does not make those type of mistakes. Host of California defenders coming in to make that stop, and right there, that's just running back quarterback miscommunication there. I don't know if somebody ran the wrong way, turned the wrong way, but a host of California defenders are back there to make that stop, and that's a big you don't want to have plays that go backwards at all during a game, but on second down, when you're close to getting a first down, sets that back for a third down and long now.
And Bullock made the mistake on that play, subbed out. Justice Evans, sophomore running back from Central Catholic, comes in now for the Crimson Hawks.
Single receiver down to this side. See if Lenny Williams heads this way.
And that's matched up against Brennan Edwards, looking over to that side of the field, and just like that, Dylan, great vision, completing the pass over to number 4, Don McNeil, Lenny Williams' favorite target this season.
Yeah, Don McNeil. I'm not sure California wanting to leave him on an island too much there, but that's just, you trust Edwards, your senior leader there at the cornerback position. That's just a tough matchup there with McNeil, and Lenny Williams, of course, takes advantage of those matchups.
And the coverage shying over to the right. They're going to give this ball right to Justice Evans. Evans pushed forward for about a gain of 3 on the play.
Yep, Evans again, right up the middle. We mentioned trio of running backs. Evans comes in now on this first down attempt.
Evans gets a call yet again. This time goes right at the Cal logo at midfield, picks up the first down and more. Huge run from the sophomore running back.
Yeah, must have seen something in tape of getting these inside runs against this California defense, because they are not able to stop us so far. Now hurry up offense now from the Crimson Hawks.
Hurry up indeed, and California sniffs it out the line of scrimmage, bringing down Justice Evans right at the line of scrimmage. There to get that one was Asheed Page-Jones.
And Brendan Edwards as well making a play. There's a couple guys coming in to make that tackle. Brendan Blair in there making that stop. So California's defense making that nice play. That's the disadvantage of running an up-tempo play like that. Your linemen don't get their rest, and they were kind of sitting on their backs of their heels there, and California took advantage of it.
And it looks like California will take the timeout. A little bit late getting off the field was number 49, Gabe Miller, the freshman from Seneca Valley, kind of stumbling off the field at the last second.
Yeah, it looked like Cal trying to make some substitutions on the defensive end, and a couple young guys not accustomed to getting playing time. You mentioned a freshman there And we saw just the miscommunication there. Now we're looking at the series history between these two teams in the Coal Bowl. IUP leads it overall by a huge margin, 62-26. But in the Coal Bowl, California does have that advantage, 6-3. So interesting to see that since they gave the Coal Bowl a name, Cal stepped up and got those wins.
And a great story we heard in pregame about the two brothers, one alumnus of California, the other one of IUP, creating this in 2009. So since then, California holds the lead 6-3. But Dylan, this team, both of these teams, each time they play, it's one of those games, instant classic potential every single time they take the field.
Yeah, both of these teams, it could be IUP ranked second in the country, Cal coming in this game 0-4. You're still going to get Cal's best when you play against these two teams, same opposite way around. If IUP's having a down year, you always expect them to have a great game against this California team.
No question about it. And IUP methodically working down the field, now 2nd and 10, ball on the 48-yard line, 11 minutes and 1 second left to go in the first quarter play. Williams gets the give, actually keeps it himself. He's a second leading rusher on this IUP team for a reason. Crosses the 30-yard line. He's going to be tripped up at around the 29. So that's chunky yards picked up by the quarterback.
Yeah, they've been giving it inside give. And what does Lenny Williams do? Keeps the ball himself. And there, big rushing game. California in the years past, the years that we've been here, Danny, they've struggled against rushing quarterbacks. And now you're facing the best, maybe in the entire country, in Lenny Williams.
Racked up 213 yards coming into this game, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Williams throws the ball over to the left side this time and brought in. Huge grab by number 15, Ricky Rogers.
Ricky Rogers, a big play there by him, going up and making that catch. He's a graduate transfer there from Gateway High School here in our neck of the woods, close to it, and he just goes up right over Edwards and makes a catch. We saw this against Ohio Dominican. Ohio Dominican went after that one-on-one matchup, and IUP's doing it again here in this one.
And IUP had a 4-inch reach advantage on that one, and it looks like this one will be a touchdown for the Crimson Hawks to open this game on the ground with number 26, Samir Bullock.
Samir Bullock right up the gut. Williams hands the ball off. Look like Cal had a nice hit on him there right at the line of scrimmage, but the strong play of Samir Bullock gets him into the end zone, and IUP starts the game how they wanted to with 6 points on their opening drive.
Starts it off on the ground. That's Bullock's second touchdown only this season, but it's a big touchdown to open this contest for the Crimson Hawks as 6-0 pending this extra point. To kick it is number 37, Dylan Sarka. Sarka splits the uprights. The score is now 7-0 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. Stay tuned for some more Vulcans football right here on CUTV.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello and welcome back into the 10th annual Coal Bowl here from Adamson Stadium. A strong start for the Crimson Hawks. The score is 7-0. The first time California gets a touch of the football here tonight. Back to receive this kick is Jalen Bell along with Jackson Daughtry. This goes over the head. That was actually number 1, Derek Caraway, back for California. But Dylan, imperatives to start for California, led there by the freshman, Noah Mitchell.
Yeah, Noah Mitchell there, Nelson Brown as well. Those two coming in for the Vulcans offense making a big impact. But Jordan Dandridge there got injured in the last game. Won't be starting here today as we got word there. Saw him actually in street clothes. So who's going to step at that receiver position is going to be big as well. And Christian Delgado anchoring the middle. And you mentioned Craig McCorkle as well. So 2 veteran players on that offensive line for the Vulcans.
Likely to see Tyson Hill as he set a career high with 9 receptions last game against Edinboro, along with a game-winning touchdown reception. So see if Noah Mitchell shies his way. He looks over to Hill on the first play, just out of the reach of Hill.
Looking at this defense now for IUP. Dylan Scott in the middle there. Look out for them. Look out for this whole defensive line. Veteran guys that we're seeing, especially that Ernest Shockley as well, number 93. Both those guys in the middle, just tough to block there. And on the outside there, Mike Petropola. If you remember watching this game a couple years ago, he played quarterback, played wide receiver last year, and now he's playing free safety for the Crimson Hawks.
He can do it all. He's a senior, one of those senior guys for IUP, excuse me. Nelson Brown for California couldn't get started on the ground, losing about 2 yards on that play. So just trying to get their feet underneath them in both ways of the words.
Yeah, definitely. And right there, a nice play in the middle by Damon Lloyd. Another one of those guys, a junior out of Bel Air, Maryland, coming in and making that stop. But 3rd down and 12 now. They did a great job against Kutztown picking up these 3rd down and longs. Can they get the same result here on this first 3rd down of the game for the Vulcans?
Mitchell in that shotgun set has Brown to his right. Drops back, feeling some pressure from the outside. Stays in the pocket. And there's a flag on the play as Hill had number 20, Obi Awanatu, right in his face.
Yeah, he did. Right in his face was the corner there, Obi Awanatu. And we're going to take another look after this official call. But it looked like he was a bit of face guarding there on that play. And we mentioned Mitchell. Who's he going to go after? And he goes after Tyson Hill. Tyson Hill did a great job running his route and probably drawing a call here.
And it was pass interference called on Yatanwu. Butchered his first name or his last name, that last one, so I apologize for that. But California getting those free yards and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a freshman out there guarding Tyson Hill. And Tyson Hill, we mentioned him, can he step up? He's actually already set a career high for catches and yards in the season, so look for him to be a big factor in this one.
Mitchell staying that shotgun set, has 2 wide receivers to his left. He's going to elect to give to Nelson Brown. Brown shuffles his feet, picks up about a gain of 4 on the play. Just going to mark it a gain of 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up.
Cam Bailey in there for IUP, making a stop and taking another look at this play. You mentioned Craig McCorkle there, getting a nice block, but right in the middle there, host of IUP defenders able to come in and get that stop.
Ball on the 36-yard line. 9 minutes and 5 seconds left in this first quarter of play. The crowd is settled in this one.
Cal checking this play right here. They see the safeties roll into a single high look. Would not be surprised to see Cal now go through the air, maybe just near side of the field with Tyson Hill.
Looking right. Stepping up in the pocket is Mitchell. Mitchell finds number 26 on the play. That is Nick Grissom. Little check down play right in the middle of the field. Excuse me, that was actually Cam Tarrant.
That's Cam Tarrant there. Tough with these Cal numbers to see who exactly that was. But Coach Dunn on the Coaches Show this week mentioned Cam Tarrant as one of those guys that can step up at the receiver position with Dandridge going down. So for California, it's nice to get him involved early, get his confidence up so Mitchell can rely on him later on in this game.
Just going through progressions and finding those open receivers out there on the field. Great way to gain confidence for the freshman quarterback.
A nice read as well to switch that to a pass play when they rolled into a single high safety look.
Movement at the line of scrimmage from Dylan Stallings. Going over to Stallings just over his head. Good coverage there from number 6, Anthony Davis.
And that's a tough throw to make to a tight end going down the seam there. So that's just one of those plays that makes it difficult to get there to Dylan Stallings. We saw him a lot last year. Kind of late in the year, we didn't see much of him, so they're trying to get him more involved. And right there, just a tough throw down the seam, and Mitchell couldn't hit his marks on that one.
Speaking of getting involved, haven't seen Chad Livingston here yet tonight, so likely to hear his name called in just a few minutes. Still in that pass look. 2 men out to the left for Mitchell. 2nd and 10, ball on the 45. They're going to give it right up the middle. Over to Nelson Brown. About a gain of 2 on the play.
Yeah, defensive line again making a play led by DeAndre Easterling right up front there. You see him, big boy right there, making a stop up the middle. Right there is just simple zone inside read. He makes the play there in the middle. You see him diving on top there right at the very end and making sure that's a stop. Now another 3rd down and long. We saw Noah Mitchell go to Tyson Hill this time. Now with the center of the field open, look for some crossing routes here for Cal U, and now they close it back up.
Mitchell looking to throw over to Chad Livingston in the area. Trying to make his case that he had his arm held on that play, but good defense yet again from Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis making a big-time play there. Just a tough throw right out of the break. This is a play where he would like to go to Jordan Dandridge. That's where Dandridge has been reliable and was not able to get that completion. Now IUP getting a stop on Cal's first drive.
Back to receive this punt is Mike Petropola. See his impact already here tonight. Also Brooks' kick. Kind of a weird kick on that one. Petropola feeling some pressure, elects to go out to the left, and then it's going to get thrown down at the 20-yard line by number 41, Kayvon Mormon.
Yeah, Mormon there making that stop. And IUP now, you want to get ahead here in this game. When they have the ball, they're scoring 38 points per game, rushing for 181 yards. So look for this drive for IUP to get Lenny Williams going. And you're already up by 7. To get this game started on the right foot, you want to get another score. You want to put California down early so they won't be able to get in their rhythm on the offensive end. So a big drive here for the offense and both the defense here in this one. So Cal's defense going to have to step up here on this drive.
We mentioned containing Lenny Williams. Haven't seen him run to the outside as he pushed in with much success on that last possession. Over to Bullock. Bullock staying on his feet. Looks like he'll pick up the first down and more on the play, just attacking the interior of this California defense.
That he is, and it seems like IUP's content with just running the ball at this defense. Maybe saw something in tape where they could take advantage of some run plays, and Bullock is doing a great job so far in this game. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, so that's big for him, and if you continue after the whole game, it's going to be tough to slow him down.
On the hit was Marquise Martin, brought down Bullock. Williams looking to throw. Over to the left side of the field. A little bit short on that one, over in the area of number 15, Ricky Rogers. So his second favorite target out there on the field, just trying to get him involved.
Yeah, Daryl Jackson was out there on the edge for California. It looked like he was burnt there by Ricky Rogers, and just one of the few times we'll see a bad throw out of Lenny Williams. So look for him to bounce back here. But he had Jackson beat, so maybe look for that matchup to come back into this game later on.
And beating those cornerbacks and those defensive backs, something that California felt against Kutztown. Trying to prevent that here. Fake give over to Bullock, and Williams is going to get thrown down. About a gain of 1 on the play, so positive yards, but a little pressure right there from California.
And there's Jared Brown again. Gerald Brown making another big play. Do a fake sweep out to the left, and he keeps it to the right there. You see Akins and Brown. Brown just has Lenny Williams wrapped up and keeps him wrapped up for the rest of the play. Big-time play there for the Vulcans.
Bringing out those big men and bringing a little bit more of secondary help. This 3rd down and 9, ball on the 32-yard line. 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter of play. He has trips over to the left.
Edwards matched up one-on-one on the top of the field here, top of your screen. But you see McFadder is a safety to that side, so see if Williams decides to go to this near side of the field to the trips.
Looking over to the left. He's going to step up, has a wide open space over there. Defensive back making the play. It looks like he is going to be at the first down mark, and they're actually given the first down. So Williams couldn't find anything in the secondary and eventually uses his own feet to pick up the first down.
It looked like that Brown was the spy on Williams there. Never got a good look at him. Looked like he was going to clearly make the first down, but Daryl Jackson tried to come in there, get the stop. But it was too little too late. It's a first down run there for Williams.
Moving those chains yet again as now Justice Evans has the football for the Crimson Hawks. Another first down picked up in this run game, something that California, really they had to work on it coming into this game, and right now IUP is just burning them.
Yeah, they're just running simple zone read here, and you see Brendan Blair stuck in the backfield, didn't know which to go to, stays out with Lenny Williams, and then it's Justice Evans right up the middle there for a big gain.
On the stop was Lamont McFadder and Brennan Edwards in his secondary. Switches Evans over to the right side, gets the call, and then is wrapped up right in that secondary by Brendan Blair.
Yeah, Brendan Blair second on this team in tackles. So for him this week, he's going to have to make those kind of plays because this team's going to run that zone read. We've seen it almost every play so far for IUP has been a zone read type of play. So you really pick your poison. Do you want to hang out on the running back and let the quarterback, Lenny Williams, keep it yourself? I don't know if I would make that decision because he's one of the most athletic players here in the PSAC.
Speaking of containing Williams, right there from the line of scrimmage. A little false start on that one. Flags go out for the first time here tonight.
And for Cal, you're going to have to take advantage of this. Now, backing them up 2nd down and long, you have to keep this offense pinned up.
And there is false start called right at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was a guard, number 74, Cody Copinger. He's a freshman from John Carroll High School in Bel Air, Maryland. moving his feet too early on the offensive line.
And now, Cal, you have them set back. They can't run that zone read every play like they've been doing so far, so you have to get after Williams here and contain him in the pocket.
Now moving the play over to the right side, having some containment on the outside is California, stopping them in the backfield. That was number 34, DeWine Walls on the outside. Wide receiver came across the set and got the give from Williams.
And that was number 40 there for California, Chad Garnett. And he was able to get that tackle on the outside. Looked like Breon Koch may have been there. He got beat to the outside, but the cornerback and Garnett steps up and makes a big play.
Huge play to back IUP up even more. 3rd and 15, ball on the 50-yard line. Trying a little hard count against this California defense. They don't budge.
You have to get a spy here on Lenny Williams because you get the coverage on the back end, but you're not able to contain him in the pocket here, and that could mean disaster for the Vulcans.
And that spy could be Brennan Blair right in the middle of the field. And now California showing some pressure. Blair trying to step up, and Lenny Williams going to step up and throw the football off the chest protector of Ricky Rogers on that near sideline. So 4th down upcoming. Pause that as a flag is out there on the field.
It's in the area of holding. See what they call. They're going to call roughing the passer. I didn't see Williams even hit the deck here. See if we look at this replay. If there is roughing the passer. He never hit the ground, but they're going to call roughing the passer against the Vulcans.
And now
I'm
we're
not
going to
sure about that one. It may have been an arm to the head there of Lenny Williams, but that's a costly penalty. That is one that California's going to wish they could take back, because now IUP in position to score now when they would have had to punt that ball away.
3 yards, something that California cannot gift to IUP because IUP is already up in this contest, 7-0. So fresh set of downs.
Coach Dunn is not happy about that one. He sides with us there on that one that maybe shouldn't have been called.
Now Bullock gets the football right at the line of scrimmage, torn down. There are 3 Vulcans on him. And now another flag came out as it looks like a helmet of a Crimson Hawk is off.
Yeah, London Cloud ripped the helmet off of number 45 there for IUP, and that is Brandon Myers, and that's a big mistake again. So 2 straight 15-yard penalties against the Vulcans.
Got to keep a level head, especially in this huge game for California. Unsportsmanlike conduct on California, and that's likely what Dylan just mentioned with that helmet coming off.
This is way out of our screen, so I doubt we're going to be able to pick this up on the replay, but it happened back behind the play, and just 2 ill-advised penalties, back-to-back plays for California. Early on in the game like this, you can't afford those type of penalties.
Say early on, but I don't think at any point in this game can California, or they're able to afford these penalties.
And my apologies, that was actually Ryan Langdon. That was the fullback there. I read it wrong. He's a freshman out of Wexford, Pennsylvania, played at North Allegheny, so he's accustomed to winning there, playing for North Allegheny.
Now we're going to see Lenny Williams with another fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 on the 18. 3 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Bullock will get the football yet again, right up the middle of that interior of California's defense. About a gain of 3 on the play.
And that's one of his shortest rushes of the game so far. Again, averaging 6 yards a carry. And Brendan Edwards and Blair in there making the tackle. And Blair at the bottom of the pile there. Edwards coming in late. So for California now, you're going to have to hold this IUP team to a field goal here on this drive.
2 minutes and 30 seconds now. IUP has had the football for a majority of this first quarter of play. Lenny Williams has had the football in his hand for a majority of this drive as he pushes forward for another 1st down. Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like California had him in the backfield again, but you can't arm tackle there as he's just too quick, eludes the defender, runs right up the middle. And again, there is number 55, Gerald Brown. He's made a couple plays all over the field so far, and there he saves a touchdown from happening there.
California's defense now in the spotlight as Lenny Williams gets into the end zone. 2nd rushing touchdown for the Crimson Hawks. And California is down now 13-0 pending this extra point.
And IUP takes advantage of costly California penalties, gets into the end zone here. This is just a simple quarterback power right up the middle. You give it to your Harlan Hill candidate there in Lenny Williams. He takes it right up the middle and in to the end zone.
Setting up for this kick yet again is number 37, Dylan Sarka. redshirt junior from Lebanon, Ohio. With 2 minutes and 1 second left to go in this first quarter of play. The score is now 14-0 in favor of the IUP Crimson Hawks. Stay tuned for some more Coal Bowl action right here on CUTV.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium. Score is now 14-0 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. Welcome back into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck, and joined alongside me tonight is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, fast start for the Crimson Hawks. 2 rushing touchdowns already.
Yeah, definitely. That's the start that they've wanted. California had them held on. We're going to have to put them away, but they got a roughing the passer penalty, and then the very next play, another 15-yard penalty. And you just can't do that against IUP because Lenny Williams will take advantage of it, and he did with a rushing touchdown score.
Second leading rusher on this team with Lenny Williams, and he gets into the end zone for the first time here tonight. Derek Caraway gets to touch the football on this special teams. On this kickoff, gets out across the 30-yard line. Now he's some space to work with, a few men to beat, and he'll get to the 45-yard line. So a great start on special teams for California. A little jawing back and forth. Now those tensions are getting high for both sides.
Can that be the jolt this California team needed there? You see the end of that run as Caraway gets out of bounds there at the 44-yard line. They're going to call it the 45-yard line. So now great field position for California. Can they take advantage of this? Again, when they had the ball, scoring the ball almost 38 points per game, 342 yards passing. Noah Mitchell sits second in all divisions among freshman quarterbacks there in terms of passing yards. And he can extend that lead here today because the person sitting ahead of him from Texas Tech got hurt in Alan Bowman. So he can take the lead among all divisions at the quarterback position.
Haven't seen his arm here tonight. Another display over to the left side. Tyson Hill brings the football in, staying on his feet to the 5-yard line, just like that. Mentioned haven't seen him already. Right there, there's a glimpse of it.
And Noah Mitchell with his first dilly dime of the game. This is a beautiful throw right on cue from Mr. Danny Beck as he gets the ball, airs it out to Tyson Hill. Tyson Hill goes up, makes a big catch, and now we mentioned that jolt of energy California needed. They have it here.
Big first play. Their second possession of the football game, going 3 and out on their first. Mitchell still in that shotgun set. He's going to give the ball over to Nelson Brown. Brown met a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. About a gain of 1 on the play, but there's the jolt, Dylan. That is what they needed for this California offense to get started.
That he has, and with Nelson Brown there trying to get into the end zone, he's been their goal line threat as he sits third in the country with 8 rushing touchdowns so far and is leading the PSAC. So that is definitely California's weapon come this part of the field.
Nelson Brown gets to give yet again right up the middle of the field and gets into the end zone for a touchdown for the Vulcans.
Nelson Brown with a big touchdown rush in for the Vulcans. And California now cuts this lead to within 1. Beautiful executed drive, quick drive for the Vulcans. Gets capped off there by a Nelson Brown. Run right up the middle. That is 7 touchdowns now for Brown in a matter of 3 weeks.
And you could say that was really started by Derek Caraway on special teams, igniting a fire under this offense. Great field possession to work with. Great throw from Noah Mitchell. And then eventually Nelson Brown touchdown to cap this drive off. Flags come in a little bit early on that one, as it looks like California will be backing up. Don't want to speculate as before this call comes in.
I didn't quite see what happened. Maybe an illegal procedure against California. They're going to wave the flag off and call that field goal good to go. Extra point good to go.
A little too early on throwing the laundry out.
Well, they're just going to re-kick it now. So that's a little bit interesting there. They blew that play dead a little early, and now they're going to kick it in.
Definitely interesting. Also interesting that Brian Alsobrooks, the quarterback, this isn't something new for this California team, as they're going to kick this one up, and it will split the uprights. Score is now 14-7 after a quick drive for California. Stay tuned for some more Cold Bowl action right here from Adamson Stadium. Excuse me, there was actually another flag. So before we send this one to break, good catch from our director, Gary Smith. And they waved the last one off, Dylan, but this one looks like it will actually come into play. Discussing over there with Gary Dunn.
Let's see what they call here. A lot of discussion over this penalty. This could be a big one if it is on the kickoff.
And we're just going to keep this one here, and it is offsides on IUP, and they're just going to decline that one and force it on the kickoff. But we're not going to send it to commercial, so we're already cutting into our time, so why not keep it here live? And Dylan, a 51-yard throw from Noah Mitchell to Tyson Hill sets up California for a touchdown, and Nelson Brown rushing right up the middle of the field. You see there right there on your screen, but now giving IUP the football back. Defense, the spotlight wasn't on them on that last possession. It definitely is on them now.
And it is, and now for California, a minute left in this first quarter. You want to try to get a stop here against IUP. And seeing what their play strategy is here in this one, and that is inside give, Lenny Williams keep. Inside give, Lenny Williams keep. They're eventually going to hit you with the play action coming up. So California's going to have to be ready for that, but they're also going to have to eventually stop that ground action from the Crimson Hawks.
As the fight song wraps up from the band, California kicks this one away, and that's number 34, Dwayne Walls, and he will get out to just around the 30-yard line. So good field possession for Lenny Williams and this Crimson Hawk offense to work with.
It is less than a minute left to go in this first half, and we're going to first quarter, and take another look at this kickoff return. It looked like he had a bit of space, spins right into a tackle there. Does the returner there in Walls. But now Lenny Williams, 2 touchdowns on 2 drives for this IUP offense. This California defense is going to have to eventually get some stops. Could be a big one here on this drive.
This running attack has been very potent for the Crimson Hawks through their first few possessions. See if that proves to be true on this one. Looking over to the left, one-on-one, right to Ricky Rogers, and he will drop the football. And that was just in the area of number 37, Jamal Martin Jr. with the coverage against Rogers.
Jamal looked like he was beat there on that play. Just a drop there by Ricky Rogers. He's a graduate transfer. I believe he was from WVU when I was reading the game notes, so that's pretty cool there. He eventually, originally from Gateway, transferred in from the Mountaineers.
So now it's second down, ball on the 29-yard line. Crowd getting involved in this one. Right up the middle of the field, Williams keeps it himself, and about a gain of 4 on the play.
Now a third down here for the Vulcans. They're about to step up. You see London Cloud working his way out in the field, and director Gary Smith coined a term. It's called the London Cloud Boom Factory. A couple of big hits that London Cloud has made so far this season. Let's see if we see that put to display here on this third down.
He's lined up on the right side of that defensive line, trying to get some pressure on the outside. Lenny Williams shies away from him. He goes over to the right, trying to eye up that first down marker. We're going to see where they do mark him at the first down marker, and they will move those chains for another first down picked up by Lenny Williams.
You see these wide receivers for IUP on the run here by Williams. He just keeps it himself, and once they realize their quarterback is blocking there in Lenny Williams, and they are blocking downfield, that is number 24, Justice Evans, the running back out there on the edge, blocking for IUP, and just what makes a dual threat quarterback so difficult to stop.
Looks like he didn't have anybody over to the left side where he wanted to go, so he moved right. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter with a score of 14-7 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. See if California can answer back right here in the 10th annual Cold Bowl at Adamson Stadium on CUTV.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Hello and welcome back into the 10th annual Cold Bowl right here from Adamson Stadium. Once again, I am Danny Beck, and alongside me tonight is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, as the sun is setting, so is the temperature going down just a little bit more, but expect that to really sink after halftime.
That it will, and here Lenny Williams has been the driving force like we've expected so far here for IUP. Again, he is a Harlan Hill candidate. He was close to getting it last year. Here in his senior season, you expect him to be in the running again.
So now switching sides. Lenny Williams standing at the 35-yard line, ball at the 40. Fakes the give over to Evans and then throws the ball over in the area of Brennan Edwards. A huge pass breakup over a much taller Miles Williamson, 6'4", compared to Brennan Edwards' 5'10" frame. So big play from a little guy.
Yeah, what a play here. They've been trying to take advantage of him on one-on-one matchups, and right there, Edwards goes right up and makes the play. And from my time my freshman year playing with California's team, Edwards shared a locker, was close to my locker there my freshman year, and he's always got high energy, high tempo, and you know he's going to love that play.
Great vertical on that one on display. Williams gets hit on that one, throws in the area of Ricky Rogers. Ball popped up in the air. Those ball-hawking safeties for California definitely wanted to grab that football for a turnover, as there is a flag on the play at just about the 40-yard line.
See if this is against California, because there'll be a couple big plays overturned there by penalties.
And it will be an offside. So IUP getting some free yards on a big play that could have went in California's favor. A little disastrous if came up with a turnover and then just erased it like that. 2nd down and 10, ball on the 40 now. Ball on the 45 as Justice Evans goes on the outside. Little toss play from Lenny Williams, tackled by Brennan Blair.
And Blair again, he stepped up here in this game, but just can't afford those big of plays to get going there for them, and he just keeps it on the outside, does Evans, and Blair gets out there and gets a stop, but that's too little too late, already a 1st down there.
California only picked up 3 first downs on their first few possessions, just got some stats in from our hardworking SID. Williams handles the snap, feeling the pressure from the outside, stays in the pocket, looking over right in the middle of the field. That is number 4, Dom McNeil, coming across the field and bringing up another catch for another 1st down.
Yeah, another big catch, and Williams there, the pocket kind of started collapsing around him, but he keeps his level head, steps up into the pocket, delivers a nice strike, and Williams again showing us why he is one of the best players in Division II football.
Bringing some more linemen in to the contest for the Crimson Hawks. Lenny Williams containing that pocket. Now 13:55 and ticking. Evans gets the football right up the middle of the field. And it's tripped up. To make the hit was Gerald Brown.
Yeah, Gerald Brown has been all over the field so far for California. If we get his tackles in there, he's one of the top tacklers so far in this game for California.
Now with 2nd and 9, ball on the 33-yard line. That pistol set is going to give the ball off to Samir Bullock. Bullock running right in the middle of that California defense. And now they're locking down. It seems like at the end of that first quarter, Dylan, that Gary Delma was just trying to lock up the middle of that defense.
Yeah, they have it. They started to get stops on those rushes up the middle now. This is a 3rd down and long. You've seen penalties hurt California so far on 3rd down, and Lenny Williams running the football. You see one-on-one matchup here on the near side of the field. Brendan Edwards getting the crowd excited. Let's see if he can get a big stop here with this defense.
Have some help with Lamont McFadder. He looks to break in for a little bit of rush, and California shows the rush and gets a sack Huge play right there at home. Number 39, Jimmy Pierce, one of the leading tacklers on this California defense, coming in to make the hit. Huge play for the Vulcans.
Asheed Page-Jones and there on that tackle as Asheed Page-Jones gets the initial hit, and then Jimmy Pierce comes in and makes a tackle, and that is a huge stop because that almost gets IUP now out of field goal range. They're going to have to punt this ball away. Big stop by the defense. We mentioned how both of these teams so low in sacks, two of the lowest teams sacked in the country, and that's a second. Both teams are tied for second in the country, and they've only given up 2 sacks now on the year.
California, that is their second sack tonight, so big play for the defense as this punt looks to be into the end zone. So California, great field position. So now we're going to look at the PSAC standings right there on your screen, the PSAC West. Edinboro at the top, but IUP's right there in second. California sitting right down in the middle.
Yeah, I think Edinboro has the advantage of a name closest to A in the alphabet there against IUP, because IUP clearly the best team so far here in the PSAC. As I believe these are last week's standings, IUP now sitting at the top. They are 1-0 in conference play. So this is what this conference is going to come down to. California 1-0 in PSAC West, IUP 1-0. So let's see if California can make a statement here and play this.
As now Nelson Brown gets on the outside, stiff arms one guy, stays on his feet, and then thrown down at just about the 23-yard line.
Here on this play, as we take a look at the replays. Again, California's trying to get Nelson Brown going, and there's just a great play by a couple of IUP defenders. The initial tackle there was by Anthony Davis, who comes in and makes that stop. And Anthony Davis, you may have heard that name, NBA basketball players. He is not the NBA Anthony Davis out here. This is a different one, but he makes a big play there for this IUP defense.
Yeah, the brow is not there on the field for IUP. Mitchell looking to throw. Wide open Tyson Hill on the right side of the field, and he will bring this ball in. Another first down, another throw down the field for Noah Mitchell.
Tyson Hill again making plays, as last year he just had 8 catches all year, but in the IUP game he had 4, and he stepped up in a big way last week and doing the same here in this one. So Tyson Hill, clearly the guy to step up, take over that role there from Jordan Dandridge.
Yeah, and that big play potential that Jordan Dandridge had, Tyson Hill's filling in nicely already through the first quarter and a little bit into the second. Now Chad Livingston and Tyson Hill spread out wide for this California offense. Mitchell looks over in the area of Tyson Hill. Hill wide open yet again, gets his feet down. Another first down picked up from California. A little bit of a little stutter step allowed him to get away from his marker on the play.
And if you saw the official's hat off, is because he got pushed out of bounds. The double move, the corner pushes him out of bounds, but Tyson Hill gets back in bounds, establishes himself in bounds, and makes the play. Tyson Hill, excellent double move. He was able to beat Davis there on the outside for IUP.
Continue to move this ball down the field, getting that progress for California. That's very important. Now with 10 minutes and 11 seconds left to go before halftime. Working at this lead as Nelson Brown gets the football from Noah Mitchell, spun around and thrown down right at the line of scrimmage, so nothing doing on the run.
Jan Coleman Jr. there comes in late to finish off that tackle there from IUP, but it's the big boys up front again. Just Nelson Brown nowhere to go. He breaks that initial tackle, but actually he hangs on, does Jan Coleman. So Coleman off the edge, getting that tackle from the strong safety position. Big there, and California unable to get rushing yards here on first down so far, so they're going to have to keep going to the air and trying to get some of these short yardage plays on first down.
Second down and 10, ball on the 32-yard line. Flags come out yet again from that near sideline. Looks like a false start signaled from the official, and it will be a false start. So moving backwards, I was going to bring up a 2nd and 15. Head coach Gary Dunn not too happy with all these penalties, obviously for a reason, for this California team.
4th penalty so far for California, 40 yards in penalty yardage. So that's only in the first half of play.
Mitchell looking to throw, little halfback screen right up the middle. Nelson Brown staying on his feet, being pushed forward from those big offensive linemen. erase that penalty and more, bring up a third down now.
It's Tillman on the inside there, helped bring down Brown. And we mentioned Brown unable to get anything going on the ground, so now they try to get him the ball through the air, and he picks up a nice play here right up the middle. But he is stopped there. It's going to be a third down and short. Now, what can Noah Mitchell do? Is he going to go back to Tyson Hill? Or, like you mentioned earlier, Chad Livingston. Does Chad Livingston start to get involved here in this offense?
Chad Livingston spread out on the near side. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 safety drops back in coverage. Nelson Brown gets the give right up the middle of the field, staying on his feet, gets past the first down marker to the 10-yard line. Positive yards picked up by Nelson Brown on the ground.
Here, IUP running with 2 safety look, and they were thinking that the rush was coming, with the pass was coming. What does California do? Goes against convention there, runs right up the middle there with Nelson Brown. If it wasn't for Davis there making that stop, it could have been Nelson Brown in for 6 points for the Vulcans.
A little shoestring stop on the play. So now Mitchell looks back over to the sideline. 8:10 left before halftime. California's still down 14-7.
Now in the red zone, you look for California to get Brown, continuing to get him involved in the offense. It's been a key part of this drive.
Brown, actually Mitchell keeps the football. Mitchell looking to run. A little awkward slide from him, trying to find some space on the left side, but could not.
As Damon Lloyd was chasing down the freshman quarterback here on this play. It's a play action as Mitchell looked to pass and ends up having to keep it himself. And Damon Lloyd, nice diving stop there to get that tackle on Mitchell.
2nd and 7, so only 3 yards picked up by the freshman quarterback on the ground. 7:30 and ticking. Ten seconds left on the play clock. Gets the play away to Nelson Brown. Brown met the strong defense, the defensive line for the Crimson Hawks, gobbled him up at the line of scrimmage.
And that was Mitchell there on the inside, 6'5", 310, the redshirt freshman from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Susquehanna Township there. That's your neck of the woods, Danny, making a big play.
It most certainly is, and 3rd and goal from the 8. 6 minutes and 55 seconds left before halftime. Mitchell, 3-man spread out to the wide to the right, looking over there. Throw in the area of Tyson Hill just over the head. Great grab from a spectator there on the sidelines at the top of the screen.
That was a great grab, but that's one California. That's a drive they wish they had back there, had the rhythm going. You want to get 6 points up on the board, but they're going to have to settle for a field goal. And Mitchell just leads Hill too far to the outside. And, wow, shout out to whoever made that catch. You mentioned it, Danny. Nice grab there on the outside. He just stuck his hands right out and made the catch. They said nonchalant, no big deal.
Yeah, let's sign him up for the Vulcans team. It looks like he's cheering on the Crimson Hawks, but we'll just ignore that. And now setting up for the field goal attempt, Brian Alsobrooks, the hold from Chad Livingston. Kick is up and good, so California travels down the field, going to get into the end zone, but the score is now 14-10 at the 10th annual Cold Bowl from Adamson Stadium, right here on CUTV. Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium. Score is 14-10. Welcome back into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck, and joined alongside me is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, traveling down the field where the Vulcans on that last possession only came up with a field goal, as they have to kick this one away to the Crimson Hawks. Stumbling around, staying on his feet to the 30-yard line. That's where he's going to hit the turf. This Crimson Hawk offense working down the field, scoring 2 touchdowns on the ground already.
Yeah, they have, but California caps off a 10-play, 72-yard drive with a field goal there from Alsobrooks, a 25-yard field goal. Cuts this game now to within 4, 14-10. And this is just one of these old-school Cold Bowls, 14-10 right now. Both these defenses starting to get after it. California's defense starting to come into this game, starting to force Lenny Williams into third down and long, second down and long, to see if that continues here in this drive, or does Lenny Williams, the Harlan Hill candidate, take back control of this game?
Lenny Williams moving around Samir Bullock. Bullock gets the give. Again, right into the middle of that California defense. He pushes forward, getting close to that first down marker, about 2 yards short. And on the hit was London Cloud.
Yeah, London Cloud came in, there from the back and gets the tackle as London Cloud throws him down there. A little boom factory action there from one of our favorite players here at CTV, London Cloud.
Now another give right up the middle to Samir Bullock, and it looks like Bullock picks up the first down on that run, so consecutive rushes. Now a first down picked up.
Yeah, nice rush up the middle there by Bullock. Picks up a first down. Now this IUP team gets a first down, see if they start to establish that rhythm. Name we haven't called a lot of today so far is Lamont McFadder. Lenny Williams is doing a great job of keeping the ball away from him, but McFadder, can the playmaker make a play here?
McFadder on that one trying to sniff out the run. California's defensive line sniffed it out as they will bring up a loss on the play, loss of 1.
As London Cloud gives us a little swing of the finger saying, no, we got the stop there on that one. They set him back now, second down long. We mentioned it. Now California's defense starting to set this IUP offense up in second and third down and longs. This is second down and 11, and they've been running the ball up the middle all game. Now with these single receivers out to each side with single matchup on them, do they hit him with a play action pass here?
And Bullock will get the give. Actually, that's Justice Evans, and he'll pick up a good chunk of yards, erase that loss on that last play. There to make the hit was Aaron Brown in the secondary.
Yeah, Aaron Brown comes in. They elect to keep on the ground because if it's not broke, don't fix it. As they get now with Evans, Bullock and Evans both doing a fantastic job. They also have Chris Temple. Surprised we haven't seen him so far. He's another guy that can come in and make plays. So now third down and 5. Lenny Williams been able to do it on his feet through the air by way of penalty. See what happens here on this third down. It's tight matchup. I'd go down here against Brendan Edwards, see if he can make a play near side of the field.
Looking left, and he's going to go right to the middle of the field, trying to make the play at right around the Cal logo is number 84 for the Crimson Hawks. That was Grant Smith on the catch.
And Aaron Brown in there to make the stop, and Aaron Brown got there just a hair too late, and the big tight end's able to bring that ball in. I mentioned it, Brendan Edwards on the near side of the field matched up one-on-one. He's able to get a big play there, and Lenny Williams didn't even look his way.
Now a fresh set of chains for Lenny Williams and his offense as he's looking to throw, feeling some pressure from behind. Now flag came out as Williams pushes forward to just around the line of scrimmage on the play in the area of holding.
It does look like a holding as California player was rushing off the edge. It is going to be a holding against California, and against IUP, excuse me. Let's look at the top of the screen here. There you see the hold as I believe that's London Cloud coming in, trying to rush the quarterback there, Lenny Williams. He was held there on that play. So now IUP backed up first down and 20. I mentioned how California's starting to get these plays backing them up. Now this is right where you want them for Calu's defense. You can start to bring the pressure here. You can start to get in Lenny Williams' head.
And this time of possession for IUP is all over California. So they're going to give to Justice Evans. Evans gobbled up in the backfield. Strong defense there as London Cloud comes up and flexes his muscle.
And he does. I mean, we started talking about him, and it seems like every single play since then, he's had an impact on it. This here, Cloud comes right through, makes a nice play there off the edge, and also no credit. I didn't give any credit there to Jimmy Pierce, but he was also in there on that play. As Pierce is playing a little bit of a linebacker role right now as Pierce and comes in and makes a big play as well.
Second and 21. Gets the give over to Justice Evans. Ball's out. It looks like he will throw it forward, though, so it's going to be an incomplete pass.
That's the advantage of running those shovel passes like that, because if you get some sort of mishandling here, as we see here on the shovel pass up the middle, but that's an incomplete pass. No different than him throwing it over his head there. So that's why they've tried to bring those plays in you've seen that all over college football, because if it is dropped, it just counts as an incomplete pass.
Starting to see Lenny Williams in an empty back set, trying to draw California's defensive line off sides, get those free yards. It's still third and 21, ball on their own 43-yard line.
See if California elects to bring the heat here. Looks like only going to be a rush of 4 here.
Williams drops back to throw. Gains the pressure on the outside is Breon Koch. Williams forced to step up in the pocket, throws it deep over to a wide open receiver, and he brings the ball in. A huge catch there from Dom McNeil right around the 10-yard line.
And Daryl Jackson, it's actually a penalty marker down near the 50-yard line, but Daryl Jackson was beat, and depending on what this penalty is, this could bring IUP back. So California could be catching a break as McNeil beat Daryl Jackson there for the long catch, big third down completion. 3rd down and 21. You don't really see those converted too often. You usually say play deeper than the deepest. It's going to be an ineligible man downfield there for IUP. So a huge break for California's defense. Now it's going to set them back. It's going to be 3rd down and around 35 here. Close to it there for IUP.
Man, oh man, backing up. That's not something that the Crimson Hawks wanted here tonight. Big play, just exploited California's defense and their secondary on that one. As now it looks like a stoppage of play coming up.
Yeah, they already moved the chain, so I think they're trying to reset them how they were originally. I've always wondered how, I guess from where they marked those chains on a line of scrimmage, so you know if they do run past, if it's one of those plays where it is taken back, how do they get them aligned back to where they originally were? This does not look like 3rd down and 26 here, though. So I don't know if they're aligned correctly, because this looks like 3rd down and 20. Yeah, Coach Dunn will call a timeout here to readjust those chains, because it looks like about 3rd and 20 here, Danny. It does not look like 3rd down and 26.
Yeah, it looks like they have to just readjust, and you're talking – you don't know how they do it. Well, I don't think they know how to do it either, as they're just trying to get this all settled up. And it looks like they didn't even move the football, so nothing changed on that one.
Don't know about that one. It's not 3rd down 26, though, as the scoreboard reads.
It is definitely 3rd down and 20 from what it looks like on the field, but Lenny Williams is going to give the ball over to that is Justice Evans, and Evans is going to go backwards. Big play from California. I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If
just about to say, Brendan Edwards says 3rd down and 30, 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and 6. Who cares? I'm going to make the stop. Brendan Edwards, a nice open field tackle, and now California's defense, a little bit of a swagger as they run back to the sideline.
Everybody on the sideline for California, shaking hands and getting that confidence up with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left before the halftime break. And now we're going to see, we haven't seen much this season, Coach Dunn pushing the pedal, at the end of a quarter going into the halftime break. Haven't seen him try to get that pressure continued over into the second half. And now California back to receive this punt is D'Angelo Mitchell. Punt set up. 4th and 24, ball's on the 40-yard line, so obvious punting situation. He's going to deliver this one to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to get it right around the NCAA logo, tiptoeing around those defenders on special teams out to the 25-yard line. There to make the hit was Nick Amendola. Now we're going to look at the PSAC schedule, Dylan.
Yeah, and a couple great games as East Strasburg fell there to Millersville. And looking at some of these scores right now, last time we checked, Slippery Rock up 7-0 on Mercyhurst. Kutztown 7-3 over Bloomsburg in a game that's just kicked off or about to kick off right now is Lock Haven traveling to one of the toughest places to play Division II football, Texas A&M Commerce. And thoughts go out to Lock Haven because we know that's going to be a tough matchup against a team that really head and shoulders are better than the rest of the Division II football right now.
No doubt about it. And Noah Mitchell, better than most other PSAC quarterbacks. So Mitchell and his offense, likely one last possession before halftime. 2 minutes and under 20 seconds left to go now for the break.
Something our director, Gary Smith, just mentioned is that it's kind of cool that the PSAC is getting #1 team in the country is playing against a PSAC school, and the #2 team in the country right now is a PSAC school. So definitely cool. It's really putting the PSAC, as we're on the PSAC network right now, showcase across the whole country.
Great opportunity for us as students as well, as Mitchell steps up, gives the ball over to Nick Grissom, and it looks like the ball landed into IUP's hands. They're shaking their heads, yes, and head official saying incomplete pass. So just like that, getting a call in favor of the Vulcans as the ball hit the ground.
And they're going to come in and convene, but the head official says incomplete pass. I don't know how you go against that. We're going to take a look at the replay. They don't have the ability to do so, but to me that looks like an interception. Let's see what they end up calling here, but it is tough to overrule the head official there. And they're going to say third down now. So California catches a break. So the head official knows all.
I think this is the first time you were ever going to hear cheers after an incomplete pass from this California fan base, if any fan base at all. You know, everybody, when the call came in that it was an incomplete pass, you heard a little bit of a roar from the crowd here at the Coal Bowl.
So they don't have the ability to take a look at it. We did there, and it's all that it should have been called an interception, but hey, it's the same both ways. So with minute 51 left, third down and long, California, if they're able to pick up a first down here, they could be in the driving seat to maybe go down and get some points up before those first half ends.
Man coverage over on the left side of the field, some safety help. Looks like he'll shy back into the middle. Tyson Hill and Cam Tarrant on the far sideline. Mitchell drops back to throw, finds Tyson Hill staying on his feet, gets a first down and more out to around the 43-yard line.
And a nice catch there by Tyson Hill, again able to beat Obi Wanu there on the outside there, as Tyson Hill makes a one-handed grab, and just like we mentioned, California being in the driver's seat to get some points up here before the end of the first half, and that they are after an excellent grab by Tyson Hill.
Getting out of bounds, stopping that clock at 1 minute and 46 seconds. First down and 10 for the freshman quarterback. Two wide receivers spread out to either side, along with Grissom to his left. Stepping up in the pocket is Mitchell. Mitchell looking downfield to Nick Grissom. There's a flag on the play. Back right where Mitchell was, so likely another holding as this one will be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a holding call against the Vulcans here. It's going to set them back pretty far here.
And I mentioned that, Gary Dunn was yelling out. The clock was still running. The clock showed 1 minute and 38 seconds left when that flag came in, and the clock ran down to 1 minute and 32 seconds left. So a little bit of discrepancy on that.
Let's see if they do adjust that. There's a couple interesting things have occurred here these last couple plays.
Haven't seen a roughing the kicker in quite some time. I already saw one of those here tonight, along with an ineligible man downfield. I don't believe they will change that, but we're going to look at this, see if you can see the one on the field. It looks like Craig McCorkle called on the flag. Ball's on the 33-yard line, 10-yard penalty.
See if they adjust that clock or not. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do so, as Coach Dunn frustrated, saying he's telling the equipment guy there and Ben to let them know to adjust the clock since they can't get in contact with them if the mic's not working. I see the official trying to give some sign language on the near side of the field about what the clock should be set to. I see 3:33, so
I understand 1 minute and 43 seconds. They put a little bit too much time on.
37.
Oh,
okay.
now 37. Okay, now they're switching around a lot. I mentioned 138, so only a second off.
Yeah, it makes it tough when you have no real communication lines between the field and the press box, so what you should set the clock to.
Back to the old ways here at Adamson Stadium is old rivalry here between IUP and California.
It just recently got the name of the Coal Bowl, but this rivalry runs deep here.
Now Jalen Bell gets the give. Haven't seen him much this season at all, as he will rush forward on the outside. A little jawing back and forth between Tyson Hill and number 7, J.R. Stevens.
Yeah, a little bit of jawing back and forth, but hey, that's a little Coal Bowl jawing right there between those two. And California now with a minute left to go. Let's see if they maybe try to take one or two more shots or just try to run this clock out. I tried to at least get in field goal range here if I'm the Vulcans.
They do get the ball in the second half of play, but you want to see Gary Dunn, that aggressiveness. We thought they were going to see that, but it seemed like their progress got stifled a little bit on the beginning of this possession. 3 men out to the left side for Mitchell. Chad Livingston, a big name Jalen Bell in the passing game now staying on his feet, pushing forward, picking up some more positive yards, but that clock continues to tick. It really doesn't seem like California is going to really try to get back to the line of scrimmage quick.
Yeah, it looked like Mitchell may have been looking to take a shot there, but there he just dumps it down. So now expect them to maybe just run the clock out here. Missed opportunity, I think, here. You could have tried to, with that holding call, really back this team up, and now you're going to have to go into half down by 4, but still a great effort here for California after what looked like IUP was going to get rolling there, but then California stepped up, the defense stepped up, and now only down by 4 here at the end of the first half.
Great opportunity for California to score some more points after halftime as they touch the football first. But that's how the first half action will unfold, 14-10 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. Stick around as we're going to have the band covered here today. It's something that we don't get the opportunity to do much, but stick around right here on CUTV.
High school football is back on CUTV. Brownsville versus Bentworth. Upper Dauphin versus Millersburg. Charleroi versus Fraser. California versus Washington. Bell Vernon versus Greensburg-Salem. Elizabeth Ford versus North Catholic. Carmichaels versus Union. Ringgold versus West Mifflin. Beth Center versus Fraser. Catch all the action on your home for high school football. CUTV, California University Television.
Welcome back to CUTV. For the first time this season, you're going to get a chance to take a look at the 2018 California Marching Band. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the halftime performance here by your California Marching Band.
Tonight we would like to take you on a trip over the rainbow, visiting the classic movie The Wizard of Oz and the Italian band Twist as we present to you our 2018 show, There's No Place Like Home. Field Commanders, Hunter Burnett, Jesse Lake, and Kayla Hunter, is your band ready.
Just right here!
number 42. First one you see.
mission is through. That was her sister. Did we get you the east? Did we get you the west? He's
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can.
Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium under the lights for the 10th annual Coal Bowl. At halftime, the score is 14-10 in favor of the number 2 ranked IUP Crimson Hawks. Welcome back into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck. Once again, joined alongside me tonight is Dylan Goday. And Dylan, these halftime stats, right neck and neck. Both of these teams, we were talking about in the pregame, both these teams bring out their best and best going at it here tonight.
Yeah, you're right about that. And key sticks here in this game, only 35 yards rushing for California. Only 61 yards passing, though, for IUP. Both teams held well under their normal total yardage, as California only with 171, IUP with 188. Key telling statistic in this game is time of possession. Heading into this game, California led the PSAC and was 12th in the country in time of possession, averaging 34 minutes and 20 seconds per game. Right now, only 11 minutes and 30 seconds so far here in this game. Do the math. They're on pace to only get around 24 minutes of time of possession, so well under their average, 10 minutes under their average. So look for California to try to get more of those long possessions where they get into a rhythm. As well as third down, they haven't done the greatest. They were 36 of 62 so far on the season heading into this game, and that's gone down this season. So look for California to try to make those adjustments come here in the second half.
Quick math from Dylan Goday, and just some other quick math for California. They're 7 of 12, 136 yards through the air for Noah Mitchell. His longest pass today was a 51-yard pass from Mitchell to Tyson Hill, and the other side for Lenny Williams, 4 of 8, 61 yards, and his longest was a 29-yard bomb. So both of these teams, they're showing potential, especially for Crimson Hawks. For an IUP fan, it has to bode well in their running department. Their running totals a little bit lower than they're used to, although, for IUP, they're really attacking California, the interior of the defense, and they're just getting some success with already 2 scores tonight on the board, both coming from the ground. So now California will open up the second half of play. First touch of the football. Back to receive is Derek Caraway and Jalen Bell. And we were talking about in that little halftime break, Dylan, just because of the fact that we had some time to discuss what California needs to do in the second half. They need to come out strong and score quick.
Yeah, they do. And like you mentioned it, you had a great way of explaining it by no more drives where you're not finishing touchdowns. If you get close to the red zone, you have to finish with 6 points, not settle for any more field goals.
And they're going to field this one in the end zone. Take a knee. Smart play right there. And that's where California will start off their second possession, or their first possession of the second half, excuse me. But Dylan, right now, we haven't seen much of Chad Livingston, if not at all. And his name hasn't been called here tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he has a catch so far in this game. He doesn't. So Tyson Hill's been the key contributor in the passing game for California. So look for him to try to get the ball back. But if you're Noah Mitchell, you need to get into a rhythm here. You didn't have the ball enough really to establish rhythm there in the first half. So you are sitting at 7 of 12 passing. See if he can take a shot or two here in this third quarter.
Now going to give the ball right off the bat to Nelson Brown. He's going to push forward for a throw, but for a few. Just getting back to that Tyson Hill stat, he has 4 receptions here tonight for 112 yards through the air, so filling in nicely for the injured Jordan Dandridge.
Nice tackle there by Nick Amendola in the middle as he was able to get in and get that stop. And Nelson Brown used to averaging around 6 yards per carry. Here in this one, held at 3 yards per carry as he's 10 rushes for 30 yards here on the ground for the Vulcans.
2nd and 7, ball on the 28-yard line. Noah Mitchell drops back to throw, looks over to Chad Livingston, and just like that, right on cue, Chad Livingston gets his first catch tonight.
Yeah, right on cue, you're correct. And another play in 2 back-to-back stops there by Nick Amendola. But Noah Mitchell, maybe that's something that Coach Salisbury, the offensive coordinator here for California and quarterbacks coach, mentioned him. Try to get Livingston the ball because he's one of those athletic players that can make plays happen. And Coach Salisbury had an interesting take on the outfit I was wearing today. Tell the viewers at home what he called me.
He did call you a skinny freeze pop, a red suit jacket.
If you watch our open, you saw that I was wearing that red suit jacket. I've never heard somebody call it a skinny freeze pop, but you never know what you hear here in California.
Not that much sustenance, I guess, to use what he was trying to say. But
couldn't fill out the jacket, I think maybe is what he's saying.
Noah Mitchell throws, felt the pressure right off the bat, trying to go over to number 20, Cam Tarrant, on the throw, but that will bring up a 3 and out. Not happy for this California offense.
And here the coaches next to us, they were not happy about that one either, as that pressure coming, maybe wanting to get that quick pass off, and Mitchell was unable to do so. We mentioned California need to get some decent results on their drives, and first drive of the game going to be a 3 and out.
See Brian Alsobrooks and this California special teams unit coming back out onto the field.
Kind of having a 3 and out. They were able to pick up 1 first down. The Vulcans.
Right, good catch, Dylan. Brian Alsobrooks pumped this one away. Kind of a awkwardly landing punt. It's going to go out just about the 40-yard line. We're going to look at the IUP schedule now, see how they came into the Coal Bowl here at Adamson Stadium.
The key game here so far in the season for IUP, August 30th, win at Ashland. And that really set them up to move up those rankings. Ashland, a team known nationally for their presence here in the Division II football. So for them to go to Ashland, get the win, what a great way to start off their season. They've been on a roll ever since. Lock Haven there, the most points since then scored against them was 17. So this is a stellar defense, and we're seeing it put the show here tonight.
Similar start for California, although they didn't get the result against Ohio Dominican close to the end of that contest. But right off the bat, another rush for the Crimson Hawks. Lenny Williams giving off the ball to, I believe, Samir Bullock.
Samir Bullock with the carry there. A couple members, and the first time we've called Marquise Martin's name here in this one. He's able to get excited and bring down the ball carrier.
That was actually Chris Temple in on the rush. My mistake. So Chris Temple, new sub in. There was that 3-headed running back style for IUP. The first time we saw Chris Temple here tonight.
And the sunset here, I'd just like to say the sunset behind us, spectacular. It even caught my eye.
And Lenny Williams Jr. got that ball wrapped up just a little bit prematurely. A little bit of a mishandle right off the bat.
And Brendan Blair with another nice tackle, and something we just found out here at halftime, and we didn't really notice it. He actually played high school football there at Stowe Rocks High School with Lenny Williams. So their rivalry runs deep, and playing against an old former teammate, you want to get the upper hand.
And Brendan Blair actually was the one who took out Lenny Williams last time the Coal Bowl was here at Adamson Stadium. So a little bit of familiarity as Lenny Williams goes over the middle of the field, throws it to the arms of Brendan Blair just like that as he goes across the 45-yard line, staying on his feet, stiff arms one guy, gets across the 50-yard line, and Dylan looking into a crystal ball as we were just talking about the connection between Williams and Brendan Blair.
Yeah, you know, that's going to be bittersweet for him right there, and some Stowe Rocks alum connecting here on this one as Lenny Williams passes it to his former teammate, but now on the opposing team is Brendan Blair. Brendan Blair, you don't really see him covering that far downfield, but he gets the interception. It's a nice return as well. California now set up in IUP territory, and you see him on the sideline right now. Brendan Blair, he is excited. He's able to get a big play for this defense. And California's offense now a little momentum on the side of the Vulcans.
And if it wasn't Brendan Blair on that play, it could have been Lamont McFadder as well in the area of the throw from Lenny Williams. So now Mitchell right at midfield gets another shot with his offense, and Nelson Brown picks up a gain of 6 on the play. So great chunk of yards on the first down play.
Yeah, that is a great chunk of yards. One of his longest rushes of the day, even right up the middle as Esterling was in there able to make the stop for IUP.
Now 2nd down and 5, so we're getting the 5 on the play. 42-yard line is where the ball sits. IUP showing blitz.
Yeah, they're coming with the heat here. See if California switches up to maybe a draw screenplay here, or maybe a quick pass. As it looks like IUP may be calling off the heat now as they jump back. So a little bit of chess being played out there on the field.
Mitchell keeps it himself, looking up the field, gets across the 35, puts his shoulder down, bowls over a linebacker, and that's Mike Petropola on the play. He's actually lined up as a defensive back, but lined right into his shoulder, running over Petropola.
And the sideline gets excited. Noah Mitchell, not the bulkiest guy in the world, but he lowers the shoulder right here on an old quarterback himself there, and Petropola runs him over and picks up a first down. That's how you get your teammates excited. That's how you get the trust of your teammates.
What a big play and big drive this is for California as they have another opportunity, as now in the area of Chad Livingston tips the ball up to himself, gets the ball into his hands at the 5-yard line, ignites the crowd here at Adamson Stadium.
And Chad Livingston was draped in coverage there by J.R. Stevens, and he goes up with one hand and snags it and brings it down with his right hand. We saw a nice catch earlier by another California receiver, and there Chad Livingston comes up with a big one. So receivers making plays for their freshman quarterback.
Just an all-around athlete is Chad Livingston. We saw him actually practicing punting the football as some flags come in, but you know, Dylan and I were watching in pregame. Chad Livingston, he has a leg too. He can punt the ball away for California.
He's a very athletic player as well. He's a high jump champion in high school. As that's going to be a snap infraction against California here. That's going to set them back now, 1st and goal outside the 10. But Chad Livingston, definitely one of the most athletic players out there on the field for California. We saw him when he played for LH a couple years ago on our CUTV high school roundup, and now you're seeing him make plays as a Vulcan. So it's cool when Coach Dunn's able to get these Whippeal talents to come play for him here at Cal U.
Along with fellow teammate Jimmy Pierce, who ranks among the top 3 on the Vulcans in tackles on the defensive side of the football. Now Noah Mitchell drops back to throw, low pass in the area of number 16 for the Vulcans, Craig Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson was open there right in the middle of the field, and right there Noah Mitchell may have just rushed that pass a bit. He had Thompson open across the middle. Thompson's actually who he threw his first collegiate touchdown pass to. Noah Mitchell there against Ohio Dominican threw that touchdown in the first quarter against Ohio Dominican earlier on in the season to Thompson. So now, 2nd down and goal. Like we just mentioned, Danny, you have to turn 3 points into 6 here. You have to get in the end zone here on this red zone attempt.
Ball on the 11-yard line. Nelson Brown tries to push forward. A few Crimson Hawks show their talons and wrap him up after a gain of 2 on the play. Little pushing in back and forth, but haven't seen a flag come out as both teams just trying to really establish their dominance in this game.
And this front 4 for IUP has just been dominant all game long. There you see 2 of them right there, 99 and 98 in on the tackle, and that is Mitchell and Tillman. Both of those players, huge guys. I mean, they're sitting over 300 pounds, over 6 feet tall, 6'5", 250, and 6'5", 310. So 2 of the biggest guys out there on the field making plays for IUP. setting up a big 3rd down and goal now. What can the freshman quarterback do here?
Ball on the 9-yard line. Mitchell looking back to throw, going left, over to Chad Livingston, into the end zone, gets 2 feet down, and a flag on the play, just about the 5-yard line, but Chad Livingston a little bit slow getting up. Training staff going over to him.
I don't know if he even completed this catch. It looked like he may have dropped it. It's a little helmet-to-helmet contact. See what this penalty is on. See if it's offense or defensive pass interference. It was a rub route, so they may call offensive pass interference here, excuse me, because they're going to say they're going to call it a touchdown. Here's from the sideline as Livingston just hops right back up, and Coach Salisbury next to us. He's excited there after that one.
You said he hopped up, but he hopped up into a flip, Dylan. And there was a flag on IUP, so that is a touchdown for the Vulcans. Huge play there from Noah Mitchell to Chad Livingston.
Yeah, I wonder if we had any cameras on that flip. We'd like to see the replay of that, but here's a replay of the touchdown. Livingston brings it down 2 feet in, goes down to the ground. I like that. Yes, sir, that's a catch. A little bit shaken up, but nonetheless, California has taken the lead here in the Coal Bowl.
So our score is 16-14, pending this extra point. Brian Brooks puts it up, splits the uprights. So California strikes first in this second half of play. 17-14 is the score here from Adamson Stadium on CUTV. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We have a Coal Bowl on our hands. Classic right here, 17-14.
High school football is back.
Left in the 3rd quarter of play. Back into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck. Once again, Dylan Godet, excuse me, joined on my right. The kick is away to the Crimson Hawks. They field it around the 5-yard line. Wide open space right in front of him. Crosses the 50-yard line, gets to the 40. One man to beat. That is Jalen Bell. He gets across the 10-yard line into the end zone. Special teams touchdown for the Crimson Hawks.
And there are no flags on the field, so IUP just like that as he puts his finger up to his face mask and say, "Not so fast, Vulcans," as IUP just like that takes back the lead. What a play. We've been talking about it so far in this game, how great California's done on special teams. And here, I don't remember the last time a kickoff was returned against California. That may not have happened in my whole time here as a Vulcan. I know that they take a lot of pride in their special teams. And right there, IUP's number 83, Carter, that's Wahay Carter, can't pronounce that name, no clue how to pronounce that, but nonetheless gets the touchdown, and one of the rarities in California Vulcans football, a kick return against the Vulcans.
Extra point is good, score is 21-17, just like that. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left. We're going to take another break right here on CUTV.
High school football is back on CUTV. Brownsville versus Bentworth. Upper Dauphin versus Millersburg. Charleroi versus Fraser. California versus Washington. Bell Vernon versus Greensburg-Salem. Elizabeth Ford versus North Catholic. Carmichaels versus Union. Ringgold versus West Mifflin. Beth Center versus Fraser. Catch all the action on your home for high school football. CUTV, California University Television.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium after a special teams touchdown. And the last time a team did that was Westchester, Brandon Monk, on October 5th, 2013. So California doesn't happen a lot as they allow a special teams touchdown. But just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I said it before, we have a Coal Bowl, we have an in-state classic. And if that didn't prove it, that special teams touchdown did, as California now forced to pick it up at the 5-yard line, staying on his feet, having some space in front of him, gets out to the 28-yard line, and a flag coming out. Now we're going to catch you up right here. The past 2 touchdowns, getting the scoreline at 21-17.
And 2 straight plays here as Chad Livingston makes a wonderful catch. A nice throw there by Noah Mitchell as well, threading the needle. And Carter here for IUP takes it right up the middle. And again, first time since 2013 that a touchdown has been returned against California on the kickoff. So now, how can California's offense respond? They were just out on the field. They're back out there. This IUP defense, you see them huddled up on the opposing side of the field. We're actually get a face mask against IUP. So that's going to back them up even further here and help California out on their drive. So they're going to have great field position here. But their defense was just out there for a full California drive. They're going to get right back out there. So how can they get their composure back, this defense? The momentum is on their side after that kickoff return, but California's offense has to take advantage of getting this defense for a second straight drive.
Little tennis match broken out here in the second half of play. It's all about who can get the ace at the end of the game. California trying to do that on this drive. 8 minutes and 34 seconds left in the third quarter of play. Noah Mitchell drops back to throw in the middle of the field. Has a wide open receiver. Big play. Noah Mitchell and his arm coming in big. Craig Thompson right across the middle of the field.
Craig Thompson with a little shimmy himself. It says, no, Mitchell, get me the ball, as he's able to beat Mike Petropola across the middle. Mitchell finds Thompson, and Thompson says, give me that ball, and picks up a nice play. California's offense now starting to find that rhythm we talk about, and the freshmen stepping up here in this Coal Bowl.
Beats number 2, Juan Coleman, as now Nelson Brown has it on the outside, pushes it back in. Great awareness as play broke down on the outside, switches field and picks up some positive yards. About a gain of 5 on the play.
So now this offense starting to pick up those first downs like we've been mentioning so far. So there you're getting a first down rush of around 5 yards. Makes second down and 5 a lot easier than a second down and 10 or more.
Noah Mitchell on his offense. 2 wide receivers spread out. Chad Livingston and Cam Tarrant out to the left. Tyson Hill, the lone receiver, to the right. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left. As now Mitchell gives it over to Stallings. Stallings drops the football, and it looks like they will say incomplete pass. Good eyes on that one, Dylan.
Yeah, it looked like Stallings may have been able to bring that ball in, but unable to do so. Tillman was out there in coverage on him. Take a look at this replay. It's this little play action, roll out to the right, and actually Tillman was rushing the passer there as Mike Petropola jarred that ball loose. That looked like it may have been a fumble. Depends on how you define a quarterback move. I mean, a football move, excuse me, there when it comes to those catches. You know all about that if you watch any NFL football.
Yeah, don't even bring up the football move. I don't even know what considered a football move on that one. Dylan Stallings looking upfield. I don't know. Call that a football move.
Yeah, I was watching the coverage of the WVU game today, and they said they're playing football, so every move they make should be a football move.
Amen to that, as Nelson Brown makes a football move right into the end zone. High steps his way untouched for another California touchdown.
The transfer has made an immediate impact on this California Vulcans football team. Nelson Brown, run play right up the gut, taking this play right out of IUP's playbook. You see now run all game long by IUP. Nelson Brown now with his second touchdown of the night. So right now that is a game with 3 touchdowns. Game with 3 touchdowns, a game with 2 touchdowns. How about that dating back? 8 touchdowns in a matter of 3 football games for Mr. Nelson Brown.
Love to see that. Game's still young. He can still expand that streak to 3 games. Brian Alsobrooks' kick is good. 24-21 here from Adamson Stadium on CUTV.
Saturdays are for the Vulcans. At Ohio Dominican, at Kutztown, at Shippensburg, home versus Edinburgh, Coal Bowl versus IUP, at Clarion, homecoming versus Gannon, at Mercyhurst, home versus Slippery Rock, at Seton Hill, home versus Westchester. Catch all the action live on CUTV and WCAL.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium under the lights between the California Vulcans and the IUP Crimson Hawks. Once again, Danny Beck joined alongside Dylan Godet. Back and forth action. California up by 3, 7 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Kicking the ball away right to the man who scored the last time he touched the football. Same style of run right up the middle. This time California gets over a host of tacklers led by Jimmy Pierce. And now we're going to look at that last touchdown, how California got up by 3.
Nelson Brown is going to be, he's already amongst the leaders in Division II football in rushing touchdowns. Adds 2 more onto his season so far. Nelson Brown, 8 touchdowns in 3 football games. And you mentioned the name of the player that returned that kickoff for IUP. I butchered it there. His name is Quashal Carter for IUP. So I messed that up earlier, so I'd like to go back and say apologies if he has any family listening.
Now as Lenny Williams throws the ball over, and I'm not sure that they were on the same page as Dom McNeil had his back turned, almost looked like he was run blocking over on the left sideline, but on that play, nothing doing.
That could be one of those RPO plays, run pass option plays, to where the receiver not entirely sure. It could be a run play, could be a pass play. It's one of those plays where you have to be expecting the football almost every time, but that's a first down play now here for IUP. You don't go anywhere.
Lenny Williams in the shotgun set, fakes the give, looks over to the right, rolling out to his right, finds Grant Smith. Smith gets tackled at just around the 36-yard line. Good hit there by Chad Garnett.
Yep, Chad Garnett with a nice open field tackle. Looked like they had 3 rushers rushing after Lenny Williams here. Not a single one of them picks up the big tight end there, number 84, in Grant Smith.
And a quick play right at the line of scrimmage yet again. Looks like they're just trying to pick up that first down, and they do, moving those sticks thanks to number 26, Samir Bullock.
There's a host of California players in to make that tackle. Jared Brown, Malik Akins assisting on that one. First down here for IUP. Down by 3. Crimson Hawks look to knock this game back up or take the lead here on this drive.
High tempo as Lenny Williams passes it over into the flat, then switches field right in the middle of the field, gets out past the 35, gets tackled, shoestring tackle by number 17, Darrell Jackson in the secondary.
And what speed did we just see there from Walls as he's able to catch this quick pass and go right up the middle. Makes a nice move there at the end, but a nice open field tackle again as Walls, again, the receiver, making some big plays out of the Philadelphia area. And it looked like McFadder there was just a split second short. He looked like he was about ready to deflect that ball or even get an interception there on that pass. Just a second too short.
Now as quarterback dropping back, rolling out to his left, throws the ball deep. Williams goes deep. Nothing doing on that play. It led his receiver out of bounds. Good pressure there from California defensive line.
That's London Cloud again with another boom factory hit there on Lenny Williams as soon as he let go of that ball. As that's going to be a new coin term. We have the Dilly Dime and the boom factory as well there on the defense for London Cloud. And that might be able to move that anytime a big hit is made by this California defense. Just call them all little boom factory hits by this California defense. Now the crowd's starting to get into it as the cheerleaders starting to pump up this home-standing Vulcan crowd.
2nd and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. 5 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter of play. Williams dropping back to throw out there in the flat. Yet again, another drop from the West Virginia Mountaineer grad. Another drop for IUP Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, it's Ricky Rogers, and that one's just as much blame to go there on Lenny Williams. Passed that ball short. It's one of those quick passing plays, and now you see Brendan Edwards starting to pump up this crowd. It's a blackout here for the Cole Bowl as the Student Activities Board giving away free T-shirts for the first 200 people in attendance here in this one. So you see those Vulcan Nation shirts. Big shout out to SAB for providing those. Actually, I was able to make my way down and pick one up myself.
Lucky enough to snag one of those. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Williams gets the ball. A design run right up the middle of the field. California tries to sniff it out. Eventually thrown down, and they're going to be short of that first down marker. But the situation, Dylan, would you go for it?
I don't know about going for it, but it looks like they may be doing that. We're going to take another look at this play and see the downfield blocking again by these receivers. Right there, a big block set on, I believe that was Jimmy Pearson, who made that block with number 24. That is Justice Evans, the running back there for IUP, and they are going for it. California now substituting. The play clock's now at 15 seconds, so let's see what this IUP team comes up with. They have the fullback in there, so they may be just doing like quarterback sneak here.
Big boy Jermaine Stevens subs in for California. Now Williams drops back. It's going to fake the give. Wide open, Grant Smith brings in the ball. There's a flag on the field, but Grant Smith gets into the end zone. And this one, ineligible man downfield yet again, Dylan. Great vision up here in the crow's nest, you could call it, in the press box.
It is going to be a big penalty against IUP. Ineligible man downfield on that 4th down. See if we can see it on replay. The whole line was moving forward. That's just play action. Let's see if we see any linemen down right there. Looked like the right tackle was well downfield.
Unsure. I believe that is a loss of downs on 4th down. It is a loss of downs. Oh, excuse me. Now it's actually going to be 4th down. Mike Petropola coming out. I thought he was going to be out there for a defensive back, but nonetheless, they will line up for a field goal attempt.
The crowd getting loud here. Big field goal attempt here in the Coal Bowl.
Lining up the kick. Petropola gets the hold. Kick is up. And it is good. So knotting up this one at 24. Things are getting a little interesting right here from Adamson Stadium. Stick around for the 10th annual Coal Bowl right here on CUTV.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium. Score knotted at 24. 4 minutes and 42 seconds left before the 4th quarter begins. Welcome back into the broadcast. I am Danny Beck. Joined alongside me, Dylan Goday. And Dylan, man, what a game we have on.
Yeah, this is one of those instant classics, and we could be very well coming down to special teams. So California special teams already given up a kick return so far. See if they can bounce back.
Caraway has some space, has some blockers upfield, but then crosses the 25 to the 27. That's where California will set up shop.
See what this offense can do here, as there is a injured, but now we're going to look at California's schedule. In those first 2 games, Danny, close, and California there going to Kutztown. Looked like they had control of that game and just didn't come away with the victory. Same with Ohio Dominican. The 3rd quarter really killed California in those games, but that's been a little roles reversal here in this one.
It definitely has, and that spread of a win-loss margin of 8 points between the first 2 games. So California definitely, bounced back against Shippensburg, a huge game on the road, capping off that 3-game road streak, and then back in the confines of Adamson Stadium last week, California got the victory 40-35, but Noah Mitchell turned the ball over quite a bit in that contest. I believe 6 total turnovers in that one, Dylan. California's trying to bounce back against a very tough IUP team. Number 25 for IUP, Nate Baer, coming off, the redshirt freshman from Mount Lebanon High School.
He is now, and this is setting up a big-time drive. California's going to have to go. Start this drive, at the 27-yard line, their own 27-yard line. So see what Noah Mitchell can do here. He's played in a fantastic game, fantastic second half. He's really come here in the second half and started establishing that rhythm that we mentioned, and started to get confident in himself, confident in his receivers as well. So Noah Mitchell playing the lights out here for a freshman.
Mitchell in the shotgun set. has Grissom. Now Grissom works upfield, gets away from one man, that was Petropola, then gets out just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now with him out there and Nick Grissom for California, he's played in a fair share of Coal Bowls. So I'm sure he likes to get involved here in this rivalry here tonight. Again, 24-24, all knotted up here. Couldn't ask for much better football here on this Saturday night in the PSAC West.
Especially out of the Coal Bowl. Now Mitchell looking downfield, tries to find Cam Tarrant. Had Livingston on that near sideline, but almost intercepted by Jan Coleman.
Big third down setting up now, and Mitchell again, they don't really advise rolling out to your left and throwing back across your body because you lead passes, and that's exactly what he did there. Led Tarrant just a bit, and Young Coleman almost was able to come up with a big interception for the Crimson Hawks.
So now 4 minutes and 1 second left before the fourth quarter begins. Score is knotted up at 24.
See if he goes back to Tyson Hill here. Tyson Hill, top receiver atop the screen.
Showing some pressure on the outside. California throws the ball, and Tyson Hill thrown all over him. Late flags coming in, but guys was draped all over him was Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that was a late call there, but we all thought up here in the booth, the fans alike, thought that should be a call, and the back official able to make the call. And if it stands, that's going to be pass interference against IUP. So another big penalty against the Crimson Hawks. 2 straight big plays where they've committed a penalty. And that was the opposite, really, in the first half and for California.
Very true it is. And Anthony Davis called on the pass interference. Got to be smarter than that if you're the Crimson Hawks.
Look at this on the replay there. Yeah, he's just kind of a horse collar look in sorts there, kind of clotheslined him, excuse me. That's what the word I was calling for. Clotheslined him there above the head and neck area. And I think you have to call that play because that really hurt Tyson Hill's ability to go back and make that catch. And he's a guy that's really stepped up here in this game and made a lot of big plays for his Vulcans.
3:57 left in the third quarter. Mitchell fakes a give to Jalen Bell. Rolling out to the right side. Chad Livingston tried to pick up the football before he was thrown out of bounds, but good defense there from the Crimson Hawks.
And Mitchell just couldn't get enough there on that one as Shaq Jones was in coverage on Chad Livingston there.
2nd and 10.
Sets up a 2nd down and 10 here for California.
Ball on the 37-yard line. 3:51 left in the third quarter play. Taking this play clock down to under 10 seconds. Trips out to the left. Tyson Hill, the lone receiver at the top.
Yeah, so
fakes the give. Then Tyson Hill, intended receiver, but a good pass breakup from Anthony Davis right at the line of scrimmage. Jumped the route, smart play from the defensive back as Mitchell just threw it right over in his direction.
And that could have been a pick six easy there. That's that RPO, run pass option. Anthony Davis there almost gets the pick six. As IUP now, their crowd's starting to get into it. Big 3rd down and 10 here for the freshman quarterback. Time starting to tick away. 3:47 left here in this third quarter. What can the freshman quarterback do here on 3rd down?
Clock is stopped and trips out to the left yet again. Little safety help on the near sideline. Mitchell looks left, stepping up in the pocket. Going to throw it deep over to Cam Tarrant. Cam Tarrant adjusts to the football, stays on his feet, gets away from his Mike Petropola, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, California.
They're going to say he was down, and I'm not quite sure about that. As let's take a look here. As Cam Tarrant looked like he had a touchdown. As California is now going to rush back, but I'm telling you, he did not look like he was down here. See, as Mitchell throws it there, Tarrant, that knee is close. They had a better look than we did. But boy, was that close. Cam Tarrant making a big play.
Definitely a big play. As now with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left, Nelson Brown pushes forward, gets to the 25-yard line.
And now Damon Lloyd makes a big stop there. But nonetheless, touchdown or not, it's still a big play. And California's offense is starting to roll. Mitchell's not afraid to take those shots. Right there on that play, he just gave it up let it up there for his receiver and say, go make a play, and Tarrant was able to do just that.
So now Mitchell making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Now Nelson Brown gets it right up the middle, gets across the 20-yard line, and picks up a first down on the play to move those chains for the Vulcans.
And Nelson Brown now close to 70 yards rushing, 65 yards, averaging 4.5 yards per carry now. So that's picked up from 3 at halftime. He's able to charge forward, able to get a first down. Again, he has 2 touchdowns.
Now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left and ticking. Still in that shotgun set. 2 wide receivers spread out to the left. Mitchell goes over to Chad Livingston and gets knocked down right at the 14-yard line, so picks up positive yards. Good stop there from J.R. Stevens.
J.R. Stevens able to make a nice stop there, but Mitchell, again, he's coming into himself here in this game as Livingston's able to make a big play and big catch. He took a big shot there from Stevens as well.
1 minute and 40 seconds and ticking. 2nd and 6, ball on the 14-yard line. Looking over at the sidelines yet again. Two wide receivers spread to either side for the Vulcans. Gets the give over to Nelson Brown, staying on his feet, pushing forward, gets across the 5, trying to get into the end zone, and we'll see what the call is, and it's into the end zone. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode.
That was entirely beast mode there. Nelson Brown, 3 straight games with 3 touchdowns. The beast has awakened here for the Vulcans. Nelson Brown breaks a couple tackles, says, get off me, Mike Petropola. Go back to the quarterback position, and Nelson Brown gets into the end zone. What a run there by Nelson Brown.
Nobody could stop him, especially Mike Petropola on that one. Kept his feet moving. You love to see that from a running back. As now Alsterbrooks' kick is up and blocked. So score remains 30-24. Interesting set of plays right there with 1:17 left in the third. Stay tuned for some more action right here on CUTV.
Action.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium. Great run there from Nelson Brown. Gets into the end zone. 3rd consecutive game with 3 touchdowns. Just a crazy display of running. Very strong running north and south for the transfer running back. As Alsterbrooks kicks this one away. Gets the ball just around the 10-yard line. Switching field. Gets over on the outside right across the NCAA logo. There's a flag out. This one might be coming back, but Wells gets across the 40-yard line. That's where he's going to be pushed out of bounds. Like we mentioned, there's a flag at just around the 23-yard line.
We're going to see what they call here on this one. Possibly a holding call. It's in that area. I don't really know what else it could be.
There's block in the back against IUP, so this one will be coming back, but you can see the Vulcan hammering away at that steel beam. They're going to be there for a while.
And here's another look at Nelson Brown. Just such a beast. You know, a lot of his family and friends are watching back home in Maryland. There, you're seeing a nice, hard runner. He wants to get this win. He's not familiar with this Coal Bowl. This is his first Coal Bowl appearance at Lenoir-Rhyne previously. He has no clue what this about this rivalry. He comes in here, plays hard for his team, understanding it now. He's coming to this game 3 touchdowns. You couldn't ask for a better performance out of Nelson Brown.
3 straight games with 3 touchdowns, and we were talking about it before. 8 touchdowns in 3 games. How about make it 9, Dylan? So just continue to and press this offense. As good run here from IUP and Chris Temple. Chris Temple finding some space, one man to beat. That's Brendan Edwards, now creating some space for himself, but California right there to knock him down at around the 41-yard line. Samir Bullock came in. Great run from him.
A nice run there by Samir Bullock. It'll be an injured Vulcan down as well. Can't quite tell, but there, just a wonderful run. And Brendan Edwards there, nice blocking by the receiving core from IUP, but Edwards is able to fight off that block and dive and make a nice tackle. That's close to a touchdown-saving tackle there by Edwards.
I believe the injured Vulcan is London Cloud on the field, so hopefully he bounces right back up for this California defense. An intricate part and just laying the boom in the backfield.
Yeah, it's the boom factory out there. You hope he's okay. Been back up in a couple games, but able to come back in and make big plays, so you really hope he's okay here. He dove in late there, hustling down the field, and he's going to run off the field. Holding that right arm a little gingerly, maybe a shoulder injury or along those lines, but you hope he's okay. He's jogging quickly, outrunning the training staff off the field is London Cloud.
Shake that one off and come back in. Lenny Williams and his offense jog out. Under a minute left to go now in the third quarter. Ball is on the 43-yard line, so that's where Samir Bullock got thrown down. Williams in that shotgun set, staying in the pocket. Now stepping up in the pocket. He's going to be thrown down, but not before he picks up a decent chunk, about 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice pass rush there by California. Forced him out of the pocket. They just weren't able to corral him off the edge. Just see who this player is. It almost gets him there. That is number 55, I believe, for California. And that's Gerald Brown. He's been all over the field here today for California, making plays. And right there, almost got a sack.
1 second left. See if they get the play off, and they do. Fakes to give it to the outside, working left. Now tiptoeing around the sideline, and Lenny Williams goes out of bounds.
That's just what makes those pass rushing rushing quarterbacks so hard to stop. Is there he pump fake to the right, and next thing you know, he takes off to the left. Just one of those plays that's tough to stop.
And that will bring the end of the third quarter. Score is 30-24. Stay tuned for some more Vulcan football action right here on CUTV.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium here at the site of the 10th annual Coal Bowl. California leads 30-24 at the start of the fourth quarter of play. And Dylan, what a third quarter it was. Both teams going back and forth, scoring at ease.
And California, how about that? They reversed the third quarter blues here in this one and take the lead in the third quarter, and the scoring opened up. We were mentioning at halftime, maybe this game's going to stay a low-scoring affair, but no, California's able to score 20 points there in that third quarter.
Opened right up as Williams gives the ball to his running back and is going to be thrown down right on that first down play. I believe that will be Justice Evans.
Yeah, Evans with a nice carry up the middle. Evans now with 47 yards rushing on 11 attempts. Leading rusher for IUP is Samir Bullock with 90 yards rushing on 12 attempts.
Second down and 6, ball on the 22-yard line. Williams will keep it himself. The ball is out. California has the football. What a turn of events. Brendan Blair gets 2 turnovers against Lenny Williams.
Brendan Blair is coming to play against his former teammate. The senior leader has stepped up in this one. High school teammates with the Harlan Hill candidate in Lenny Williams, and Lenny Williams there falls down. Brandon Blair just punches that ball out and gets it back. California, all momentum on their side now.
You're saying that best, as you can hear the crowd, that crowd, Mike, and just let the band take it away as the crowd is pumped up in this one, along with the defensive bench over there on the sidelines.
And it looks like Brendan Blair's dad, he tweets us a lot here at CUTV. He's down there jumping right with the band. He's excited, wearing his son's jersey down there as well. He's hyped as his son is out there.
And Nelson Brown reversing field, trying to get away from a few Crimson Hawks as he is dogpiled on that one.
The first to make contact there is DeAndre Easterling. And there again, those big boys up front. And Mike Petropolo as well coming in late. But Nelson Brown, just look at him, man. He is such a strong runner. You mentioned the comparisons to Marshawn Lynch. He is the exact same type of runner. And you'd like to see that. It's been a while since California's had a 3-down back quite like Nelson Brown.
Just puts his head down and bowls over whoever's in his way. Nelson Brown, 3 touchdowns here tonight, extending California's lead 30-24. So now Brown gets the football, push back, and there's our flag on the play.
Maybe face mask against IUP, it looks like. So, wow, IUP starting to rack up the penalties now. That's going to be their 9th penalty against IUP.
As now there is the face mask. Somebody's helmet came off for California, so they're going to have to sub out. But just like that, another first down for California picked up.
Right there's the face mask. It looks like number 98 for IUP, Mitchell, on the inside there with that face mask. So now 9 penalties against IUP for over 70 yards. So the penalty bug hurting IUP here in this one.
Most definitely is. Some stats for the third quarter. California now eclipsed 350 yards of total offense to 352. Right here trying to extend that as Noah Mitchell goes in the area of Tyson Hill. Pass interference called, but
it's going to be offensive, I believe, here. Tyson Hill playing a little defense there. And you have to make that play, because if Tyson Hill doesn't commit that offensive pass interference, that's an interception in favor of IUP.
Most definitely is, and good catch again, Dylan. Backing up their progress down the field. Tyson Hill, a little bit of a push towards the end of that play. Saw there on the replay.
Pass interference, offense, number 10.
And there it is.
15 yards, previous plot.
So now California backed up. Likely a passing situation. You know, it's going to be 1st and 25.
And that's 7 penalties now for California for 50 yards themselves. 70 yards themselves, excuse me.
And now it looks like they have the chains correct this time, Dylan.
Yeah, that's what 1st down and 25 should look like.
On the pistol set. Mitchell gives to Nelson Brown. Brown tries to work outside the tackles, cannot. Number 50 on the play. Great stop on the outside from Damon Lloyd.
Damon Lloyd's been all over the field for this IUP defense, just making plays all over the place and stopping California's defense in the offense, backed up. And that's going to be his 9th tackle here in this one.
2nd down and 26 now. Loss of 1 on the play. That north and south runner went more south than north, losing 1. Mitchell right at the 25-yard line, gets a snap, steps up, feels the pressure, gets it over to Nelson Brown. Brown staying on his feet. Oh my goodness. Shrugging off some Crimson Hawk players and picking up positive yards.
He just got hit in the face there. That's going to be a penalty against IUP. The flags come a-flying. Nelson Brown remains cool. He just got smacked in the face right there. And look at him. He hopped right back up and coming off to the sideline. That is a leader out there for the California team. He is out there playing his heart out for the Vulcans.
Got to be smarter than that if you're the Crimson Hawks. Already down by 6. Trying to stay in this contest. And Dylan, you were talking about hitting the face. See an ejection right now.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, every single official out there threw a flag, so They definitely saw it. That's uncalled for there. And just the emotions getting the best of these players now.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 90 on the defense. Number 9 on the offense.
Wow.
The offset.
I'm not sure. We're going to take a look at this, Danny. I don't know how you call this on Brown. It doesn't look like he retaliated at all. I mean, he's laying on the ground and just gets punched, hit right in the face. And let's take a look at this. See there, he just gets slapped right there in the face, and he didn't do anything.
It could have been
said words he said, but still, I mean, I don't know how you can call both ways there. He just got punched in the face. What do you expect the dude to do in a game like this, Danny? He didn't retaliate by throwing punches or hitting anyone. I mean, I don't know how you call that. I think you call a penalty like that if you say something to the officials, but nonetheless, offsetting penalties. I applaud what Nelson Brown did there on that one.
We don't have a mic on the field, so we don't know what words were said. So he comes out, and Nick Grissom comes in. Noah Mitchell throws over to Grissom. Grissom was led upfield, had to switch over, and tripped up as he tried to make a fingertip grab.
Yeah, just not a lot going there on that 3rd down and long. Mitchell just trying to hit the safety valve there in Grissom.
Now brings up Brian Brooks to punt this football away. Awaiting the punt is Mike Petropola, sitting at right around the 25-yard line. Love to see a decent punt from Brooks. Shows that he has a leg. Already one field goal made tonight for California, the host of PATs. Gets the football, punts this one away. Nice spiraling punt. Makes Petropola have to reverse field. Almost snagged up and then eventually thrown down at just around the 23-yard line. So good special teams coverage from California.
And here's a little Vulcan trivia. If you have the answer to this trivia question here, thank you to the SID department, Sports Information Department, for providing this trivia question for us. When was the last time California lost a home night game? And Danny, I believe you don't know the answer to this one yet, but I'm surprised this trivia question. So be anyone. I don't remember a game that California lost here at home, especially a night game.
Yeah, the last time, can't even jog my memory, but right there you see 2011 versus St. Cloud State. Little, wanted to tweet in, but nonetheless, throwing the answer to all the viewers as Lenny Williams gets his California sleeping on that one. Gets out to the 40-yard line, or out to the 39. That was St. Cloud State was the answer to that one.
Yeah, Brennan Edwards and Lamont McFadder in there able to make that stop, but now Williams, Brown, that's going to put him close to 70 or 80 yards rushing. And IUP now, see if they can get into a rhythm on the offensive end.
Lenny Williams, 3 wide receivers out to the left. Throws it right in the middle of the field. Another drop from a Crimson Hawk wide receiver, and that was Dom McNeil, that one. Lenny Williams' favorite wide receiver. That was another drop right at the Cal logo at midfield.
Yeah, it looks like he just had his eyes downfield, didn't have them in making that catch. And sometimes late in the game, you're looking, where can I make a play? Where can I avoid a defender? And there he just had his eyes downfield and couldn't corral the catch.
Bring up a 2nd and 10, ball on the 39. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Williams gives the ball on the inside to Justice Evans, and Evans wrapped up.
And who's back out there for California after we saw him run off the field due to an injury there? London Cloud in there diving to make that catch. Got his shoulder banged up, and he comes off the edge here, dives and corrals the legs there of Justice Evans. Big 3rd down here. You have to corral Lenny Williams. Keep him in the pocket here. He struggled trying to get the ball downfield when he's stuck in that pocket.
3 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Ricky Rogers on that 40-yard line on the near sideline. Williams steps back, feeling the pressure from the outside. A low throw. Looks like California's defense has got Lenny Williams a little rattled.
Yeah, they do. And guess who's back there chasing him down? None other than his old high school playing buddy there, Brendan Blair. As Blair shoots in there at the end of the play and forces a tough throw. California's defense, we credit to them. Danny, they have stepped up here in the second half. They've put pressure on the quarterback, kept Lenny Williams from being able to really hurt them on the ground, and it's just been a fantastic effort.
No doubt about it. Come in and make an immediate impact. As lone return man is Jalen Bell. Bell pushed back right away, and he will – actually, there's a flag called. So in this situation, California pushed back. Situation you might see in block in the back, but don't want to speculate before the official makes a call.
Yeah, I think that's what the call is going to be. There's an injured player out there for IUP as well. See what we get here. We're going to get a official's timeout here for this injury. Maybe Petropola out there. Sure, it's number 13 there. That is going to be Mike Petropola. He's played quarterback. He's played wide receiver. Made a couple big plays last year, Danny, as a wide receiver. Did Petropola in the Coal Bowl. And this year he's playing free safety. So a guy, I believe he was I don't want to speculate here, but I don't want to be wrong here as well. I think he was the son of the old coach, Coach Petropola here from IUP as well.
As there is an illegal block in the back. So now California, their progress goes backwards yet again.
And again, we just mentioned it there for the trivia question. CalVulcans.com, run there by Matt Kiefer and the rest of his staff there at the Sports Information Department, do a great job providing you with all you need to know. And brand new website there as well for CalVulcans.com. If you haven't checked that out, check it out.
Beautiful new design for that is Nelson Brown run right up the middle. Similar design, the playbook for California here tonight.
And he's closing in on 100 yards rushing. He's going to be up to around 95, 96, call it, yards tonight. 21 carries, 96 yards, and 3 touchdowns there for Nelson Brown.
Brown is a force out of the backfield for California, another asset to Noah Mitchell's repertoire. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left before the horn sounds to end this game out. Mitchell making an audible at the line of scrimmage, something that we saw much last year from Michael Keir at the line of scrimmage. Drops back to throw, has nice pass protection, throws the ball over to Tyson Hill. Hill adjusting in the air, almost brings the ball in. Good defense there in the secondary from IUP.
Yeah, great defense for sure. And that is, they're the defensive back there for IUP, making a nice play, but Tyson Hill there went up for it and just got the ball knocked away right at the last second.
That was Obi Anyatanwu. Made that pass breakup right in front of us. We could see that ball pop out.
Danny much better at pronouncing these names than I am. I say it every year. Being from West Virginia, you don't see some of these slick last names. I mean, I'm not the best at pronouncing them.
Design run for Noah Mitchell, and your head coach, or excuse me, not head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, Chad Salisbury. You don't want to see that for Noah Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that's what they went with there on third down. It's going to set up a punt now from deep in your own territory. It's going to give IUP great field position, and because of that missed extra point, the blocked extra point, IUP now has a chance to take a lead with a touchdown here on this drive. So a slow 3-and-out drive is I don't think that was California was looking for.
Definitely not, as also Brooks kicks this one away to Petropola right at midfield, the 50-yard line. Petropola then wrapped up by Jimmy Pierce, just shy of the 46-yard line, just shy of the 45.
Yeah, Petropola is just down injured on that last punt, and he's able to come back out there and punt return. Now the ball inside of California territory. This defense has stepped up time in and time out here in the second half. Can they do it here, Danny? This is where it's only 10 points here in the second half, so shout out quick there to Colin and Steve, our radio crew. And Colin helps do the Twitter, basically runs that now, CUTV_PA. Does Colin there, and shout out there to the radio broadcast, Danny.
Yeah, and I know how it is being outside, as we are always, it seems like I'm always on the WCAL call. The first time this season I'm on CUTV. So Lenny Williams, first time this drive, finding his wide receiver Wells on the outside, gets positive yards in the passing game.
Yeah, he does there. Nice first down pass. there by Walls, and Walls wearing 34 as a receiver. You don't usually see that too often. It looks like a running back number, but he's out there nonetheless making plays. Almost got that ball stripped away there by California's defensive back and Jamal Martin Jr.
And Jamal Martin Jr. is lined up against Ricky Rogers on the outside. No coverage, no safety coverage to help him, but they're going to give the ball off yet again to Justice Evans. Evans going to be thrown down right there from London Cloud, yet again making a big play.
Yeah, but that's a first down there for IUP. Moving the chains now inside California's 35-yard line. London Cloud again making another big play. Take another look at this run here by Evans. London Cloud right in his face, avoids a stiff arm, able to pick up a nice run.
Now with Lenny Williams looking over to the sideline yet again. California's time of possession is going to be big here. If they can stop IUP, run that clock down, and get a late score. Williams looking to throw, feeling the pressure from the right, runs left, and then forced out by, yet again, high school teammate and Brendan Blair.
Yeah, but that's still, you're giving up too much there on first down to the quarterback running out of the pocket. The dime pass play again. Lenny Williams doesn't find anything downfield. Looked like close to a holding call. Could have been called there against IUP's Darrell Brown was trying to elude the rush, elude the block, excuse me. And looked like he may have been held, but nonetheless, be a second down and 6 here.
From the 31-yard line, 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this contest. Williams staying with that run game. Justice Evans evades the man on the ground, reverses field, and picks up more positive yards. It looks like he's about a yard short of the first down marker.
So here's a big third down. Definitely 4-down territory here if you're IUP, as we're going to quickly run back up to the line of scrimmage.
Big man up front. Same play, same design. Brendan Blair to make the hit, but a little bit late as he picks up first down. Yet again, moving those chains, eating away at the clock, Dylan.
Yeah, Brendan Blair and London Cloud now tied at 10 tackles apiece as the crowd's starting to get in to this one. Almost in the red zone is IUP. Defense going to have to pin their ears back and get a stop here.
Right at 7 minutes left. Williams again slowing this one down as Miles Williamson spread out right. Ricky Rogers to the left. Same design yet again. California this time, though, almost sniffed it out. Ball is out, but already on the ground was Justice Evans.
Yeah, and nice second effort there by Justice Evans. As Evans now over 70 yards rushing. 3 rushers over 70 yards here for IUP. And there you see him, ball come out there late. But again, nice second effort there by Evans. Looked like he stopped a 2-yard gain, but he's able to pick up 4 on that one and go over 70 yards with 73 yards rushing for Justice Evans.
Redshirt senior Chris Temple subs back in for the IUP Crimson Hawk offense.
Bullock with 90 yards rushing, Williams with 78, and Evans with 73. That's 238 yards total for IUP rushing the football.
The duo of Temple and Williams, same duo that we've seen most of their careers as Grant Smith comes up with the football.
Nice catch.
Simultaneous possession goes to the receiver on that one as a California defensive back try to grab the football away from Smith.
Yeah, Grant Smith there with nice strong hands, and Aaron Brown was right in there. Looked like he was going to be close to getting an interception, but nice strong hands there by Grant Smith to hang on to the football.
Freshman in there from Central Dauphin, my alma mater. Chris Temple gets the football this time, puts his head down right into the Vulcans' trap.
Chris Temple.
California's been unable to really stop IUP in the red zone, especially down here inside the 10-yard line. They've really struggled. IUP has been easily able to score on their drive so far in this game.
Temple walked right into the arms of Malik Akins and Lamont McFadder, linebacker coming in to make the big play.
And McFadder really hasn't, Danny, established himself really in this game, making a lot of NAA plays here in this one.
It's really been the Brendan Blair show as now an interception just like that. Lamont McFadder coming up with the interception, has open space in front of him. Adamson Stadium is his when it comes to turnovers. Marches right down the field, puts up the number 1 side into the end zone.
How many times have we done that, Danny? How many times have we done that? Right on cue, London McFadder. Lamont McFadder, 100-yard interception return right when California needed it most. Coach Dunn is happy here. Look at him. What a play, able to snag that ball and take it back 100 yards. That is 2 straight games. And a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and now an interception return for a touchdown. Lamont McFadder, I'm sorry I said you didn't make a play. Right there, buddy. You're making a play. You made the play of the game for California.
No doubt about it. Looked like IUP was going to march right down, score again. Lamont McFadder said, and gets into the end zone. Another turnover for a touchdown for Lamont McFadder. Number 7 put 6 on the board for the Vulcans. Now with actually going for 2, Dylan, so trying to come back in. Now they're going to reset the play clock and get this one started. Noah Mitchell and Nelson Brown still out there on the field. We're looking for, the traditional PAT, but just trying to extend their lead back to 14. 36-24 the score. Nelson Brown puts his head down, and it doesn't look like California will get it here. Stalemate right around the 3-yard line. So either way, California gets into the end zone up 36-24. Stay tuned for some more Vulcan football action right here on CUTV.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us.
To intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Hello and welcome back into Adamson Stadium. One more look. We're going to put this in fast forward because he's going to march 100 yards all the way down the field. It's off to the races. Dylan, we just got finished talking about how it's Brendan Blair's game here today, and Lamont McFadder solidifying his spot in the turnover department, gets into the end zone, makes it a 12-point lead.
Like they say, big-time players step up in big-time games. And Lamont McFadder stepped up in the biggest moment of this game. IUP driving down to take the lead. And he goes and makes that 103-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Little squib kick there from California. And that was returned by number 83, Quashaw Carter.
Danny, much better pronouncing that name than I am. As the Vulcan starts hammering away now as California's team, IUP, the most points they've given up all year, I believe 21. And they come out in this game, California putting 36 big ones up there for the Vulcans. And that's offense and defense all the way. California's able to score 20 points in the third quarter, 6 points here in this fourth quarter. And boy, this team's starting to come alive here midway through this season.
This team and this crowd as well. Third game here at home, second game at home for California this season. And Lenny Williams Jr. right over the middle of the field into the awaiting arms of his receiver, number 4, Dom McNeil. Big play situation from a big play guy. Lenny Williams right over the middle of the field.
Yeah, Dom McNeil has just been the target for Lenny Williams so far this season. Dropped a couple balls earlier, but there he's able to beat Aaron Brown across the middle. And a big play. Now IUP right back saying, not so fast, guys. We're going to make one last attempt to get back in this ball game.
California only up by 12, so they're still in this contest. Lenny Williams dropping back to throw, looking left and decides to run left. There's a flag on the play. Williams is tripped up on his own, but like we mentioned, this one might be coming back. There's a flag.
It looked like Dylan Boytos out of West Mifflin High School was coming in for the pass rush, and I believe he got held there on that play.
63 offense. 10 yards.
It is a hold on number 63, Joe Peterson.
Should have a good look here at this hold as Lenny Williams setting back in the pocket. Goes for the rush, and right there, before he got out of the pocket, you saw that hold. He gets Boitos. And if you're familiar with California in the past, that's been Luke Rapchek's number there, 31 at the linebacker position. But Boitos stepping in, making a big play there to draw that holding call.
Williams drops back to throw. Some pressure on the outside, steps up right now. Akins forcing him. And another adjustment from the wide receiver. No flags in. Threw in the area of 3 Vulcans in the secondary.
There comes at the very end of the play. They're going to get Garnett face guarding. That was a bit of a late call again, but they called California in a late call earlier. Chad Garnett, I think they're going to call him there for face guarding, and they're going to give him a pass interference call.
See what the call is in here. Missed that one, so another Hawkeye vision from Dylan Godet. Pass interference
Number 40.
On Garnett, so can't do that. You can hear the boos raining out from the crowd here at Adamson Stadium, but rightfully so. You can see right there, didn't look back to the football, didn't adjust his feet or his vision, so we're going to call that 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, and that's going to be 9 penalties now for 95 yards. IUP has 10 penalties for 91 yards.
So now Williams sidearm throw right over to his receiver, number 34, DeWine Walls. California was right there to gobble him up.
Yeah, Daryl Jackson was right there and able to make that big play was Jackson. The clock now starting to become a factor in this one. IUP's wanting to score here quickly, down by 12 points. You need 2 more scores if you're the Crimson Hawks.
Went backwards on that one for the Crimson Hawks. Now Williams drops back to throw yet again, looking left, goes left. A big pickup and thrown down. We're talking about the boom from London Cloud. What a hit from Daryl Jackson.
Daryl Jackson says, yes, sir. Comes in with a big tackle. The redshirt freshman out of Youngstown, Ohio, playing a little wrestling move. A little Tristan, CUTV's own Tristan there making a play kind of like him, a little wrestling move there.
Keep it up in the weight room for Daryl Jackson.
Yeah, for sure. You don't see corners making plays like that too often.
Williams now stepping up, going right. Chased out by Brendan Blair yet again. Forced to throw off his back foot. Good defense there from California. Bat that one down to the ground. Brings up a 4th down. Big play here for IUP and the Crimson Hawks on offense.
Yeah, Aaron Brown right here as Brendan Blair spying. That's probably the move of the game. Spying Lenny Williams with Brendan Blair here in the second half, but there Aaron Brown makes a big play, 4th down. The crowd is getting on their feet and loud. The California offensive sideline that's on the sideline right now is up, cheering this crowd up. Look at that defense sign right there from the band. You love to see this. This crowd is excited. They're juiced right now.
And forced to take a timeout was IUP. Got to think that's a win for the crowd, getting in the head of the IUP Crimson Hawks. But Dylan, we mentioned at the first score in the second half that this was going to be an instant classic. California, big play on defense from Lamont McFadder, ignited the crowd yet again. But really, who would you give the player of the game to right now at this point, 2 minutes and 39 seconds left?
For IUP?
For California.
Yeah, for IUP. I mean, for California, I'm not quite sure. That's a tough call to make there, Danny, as a coach. But CUTV Sports 1, our YouTube page, you might be watching this live. And Danny, thank you to YouTube for allowing us to have a bajillion gigabytes of memory, because we have everything from the last about 20 years there on our YouTube page.
Yeah, thanks to Gary Smith in the truck that's putting us live, and everybody else on this crew here tonight. Always fun to bring the cold to you at home, the viewers, and this is always a fun game to do just because of the excitement for everybody.
This is a cool sight right now. The whole California sideline's up, getting the crowd up. Not too many people in the crowd sitting in their seats right now. Everyone's up and excited.
Almost call this one the ball game. California and their offense, that time of possession. Lenny Williams Jr. drops back to throw, feeling the pressure right there to gobble him up. Huge defensive effort. California stops the 4th down conversion from the IUP Crimson Hawks.
How about that? Jimmy Pierce making a play on the defensive end, bringing down Lenny Williams. And guys, I think it's safe to say this is upset watch here. The number 2 team in the country may be going down at the hands of your California Vulcans. Jimmy Pierce makes a play, brings down Lenny Williams. And after these first 2 games this season, Danny, this California team has turned around in a big way. And it's all started with the defense. I think that's where you have to give it here in this game as well. The defense stepped up here in the second half and making plays. And now on the sideline, Brendan Edwards is doing push-ups. I mean, they're excited out here. He doesn't know what to do with his energy. He just decided to start doing push-ups.
Yeah, I don't think the offense knew what to do with this energy either, as there's a flag out there on the field. False start, so still 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. You can't get complacent in this situation. This California offense still has a job to do and seal this one out.
That they do.
Ball on the 9-yard line now for California, so backs against the wall. You don't want to have that momentum swing back over to IUP as it has in years past. It looks like California was going to get the one sealed up. And just like that, IUP creeped back up. Backs on their wall, 1st and 15. Nelson Brown pushing forward, trying to erase that penalty on the last play. Picks up a bulk of yards, about 1 yard short of the original line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be right. He's going to, believe me, at 99 yards rushing is Nelson Brown. Probably going to be in the running for PSAC West Offensive Player of the Week. I mean, I think I'd give it to him there to rush for 3 touchdowns against the number 2 team in the country, one of the best defenses in the country. This offense as a whole has stepped up here in this one. 36 points scored for California Vulcans, Danny.
And we're going to take a look at the California University Television Facebook, where we post all of our live links to YouTube, also keeping you updated what our crew is like every single night, with our high school football crews on Friday and our Vulcan crews on Saturday. Our crew was all over the place here tonight, as we have this game obviously at 6 p.m. kicked off, but we also did a volleyball game early in the day, directed by Gary Smith, Stephen Ruffing, along with a host of other crew members. So our crew was spread thin today, but we all came together for this wild 10th annual Coal Bowl here from Adamson Stadium. 2 minutes and 27 seconds left. Nelson Brown gets the give. Excuse me, that is actually Noah Mitchell with the football, about 2 yards short of the first down marker.
Yeah, coaching staff up here in the booth is screaming, get a first down, because that would about seal it if he was able to pick up the first down there.
So now that's their second timeout, so still have 1 timeout, and California's offense still has 1 yard to pick up in order to get the first down. So we're going to see with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left what California can do to pick up this first down, whether it's a run right up the middle or a quarterback dive. You're the offensive coordinator right now, Dylan. What are you drawing up?
I'm drawing up a Nelson Brown run right up the middle. Trust him. Most importantly, I think he deserves 100 yards here. We're going to take one more look at the play of the game, probably the play of the season for California. Lamont McFadder is really cementing his legacy and California history here this season. So far, played 3 games, and he's just immediately made huge impacts. 2 touchdowns on the defensive end for him. I believe that's his 3rd or 4th interception of the season. Had a fumble recovery for a touchdown last week. I mean, it's just been McFadder and London Cloud. That's just the 2 guys in this defense that stepped up in huge ways this season.
Continuing his performance from last year as well, as now we're going to see Noah Mitchell under center, push forward. This is a quarterback draw, and it looks like he will pick up the first down.
Be right at it.
Looks like they're going to measure this.
They're going to say first down. So California, a couple more plays away from coming up with a huge upset.
A huge upset indeed. Number 2 team in the country.
Maybe one of the biggest wins ever, Danny. I'm not quite sure the last time they were able to defeat a number 2 team ranked in the country here. Never have defeated a top 2 ranked team in the country. So this may be the biggest win, one of the biggest wins in California history. So quite the performance.
It was also a very fun one here tonight. We were talking about that. One of my favorite games to announce, the Coal Bowl. Lucky enough to do it here on a great platform at CUTV. Thanks, brought to us by California University. So it's always good to get some experience and just call this game for you at home. And another big run. Just kind of drawing that one out, but Nelson Brown stay on his feet out to the 40-yard line, now to the 30. Want to stay in bounds.
California coaching staff. Again, coaching staff right next to us. They're excited. Sorry about that, but Nelson Brown says, give me that ball one more time, and let's deal this thing out as he gets a huge rush there for Nelson Brown. And what do you know, the only coach left in the coach's box, Coach Salisbury himself. I mean, he plays to the last minute here, but Nelson Brown, have yourself a game. It's going to put him well over 100 yards there for Mr. Nelson Brown. And the Cal U flag is being waved around there on the sideline there by Brendan Edwards.
This is a great performance from the Vulcans. You can hear the coaching staff is just as animated as those players on the field. Coach Davia running out there is the man excited out there on the field. And
we're about to have a little water dump here.
We're going to see
Dunn,
that
yeah, he's
for Coach
Dunn.
Close.
He get his headset off.
They're saying wait until you have to take the timeout.
Yeah, their offense is out there ready to take a kneel, but they're about to give Coach Gary Dunn one of the best feelings in sports, and that's going to be a Gatorade dump. And see, he's running away. He's actually running over. And they're going to get him with the Gatorade as he gets the hug. So how about that? The biggest upset in California history, knocking down the #2 team in the country. Let's go, Cal U.
Great win for California. Here at Adamson Stadium, the Coal Bowl, a great win for the Vulcans. And
Danny Beck's actually lost his bracelet thanks to Coach Salisbury coming in and give us big high fives, and his bracelet was destroyed. But hey, that's the price you pay for one of the biggest upsets in Vulcan football history.
No doubt about it. Great win all around for California, taking down the #2 team in the country here at home, Adamson Stadium. Dylan, any last words here on the broadcast?
Just what a performance. Right there, that's the man himself, Coach Gary Dunn. Thank you for all you've done for California athletics. You love us here at CUTV. You see him embracing his coaching staff there, Coach Wilson there. Thank you to Coach Dunn. Thank you to the whole staff. Thank you to everybody up here at CUTV. What a game, Danny. And it's a great night to be a Vulcan.
And you're talking like this is the end of the season. This is only the beginning.
Yep, this is only the beginning.
California team taking down the #2 team in the nation. We heard that fight song at halftime. I was saying I'd love to hear that at the end of this game, and that's exactly what we're going to hear at the end of this contest. California victorious against IUP in the 10th annual Coal Bowl. What a win for the Vulcans.
Yeah, and what a win is right. The cheerleaders out there, as we're taking a look at some more of these plays of the game. IUP, what can you say? They won the special teams battle for sure here tonight. Kick returns for touchdowns, blocked an extra point. But this defense here for California stepped up in a big way. Nelson Brown as well. Nelson Brown's going to finish tonight, as you're going to see his touchdown right there on the screen. Finished with 23 carries, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. Noah Mitchell, a quarterback rating of 143. And one of the most important stats here is Danny Beck no longer has a bracelet. but that's the price you pay for winning the Coal Bowl.
Go for a high five with the coach after a big game, and that's what you're going to get. But California victorious against IUP. You can see those highlights. I'm sure you can watch them back. Coach's show on Tuesdays. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very happy Gary Dunn and coaching staff. But that's all we have here from Adamson Stadium. Your final score, 36-24. Thank you to everybody on our crew. For Dylan Godet, I'm Danny Beck. Stay tuned for some more Vulcan football right here on CUTV.
yards for the Colts.
Hello and welcome back. We had a little communication malfunction.
We let you embrace what was going on out there in the field. It was just cool to see the excitement. Now we're going to see the presentation of the Coal Bowl trophy here.
And the player of the game, they're going to say Lamont McFadder with that 100-yard touchdown on defense gets the player of the game. And he was kind of over there embracing his family, I believe. So now he comes in. You can see him on the screen traveling up through. But this trophy, it means more to California than just a win. Obviously, they get the Coal Bowl trophy. And the Pale trophy comes back, they said, back home to the Vulcans. You can see both brothers right there representing. Created that scholarship in 2009 for both IUP and California. This one comes back into California's arms. And Gary Dunn, this is his second win in the Coal Bowl.
Yep.
This is his third season with
California.
California.
Get to win his first year. We are on the call for that one. Eerily similar night to tonight.
This moves Gary Dunn's record to 23 and 6 in his third year against IUP. Moves to 2-1, so positive record for California. This is a great win at home. You love to see this. Everybody celebrating as a team.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see, and this really sets this team up now. They've established themselves as maybe the favorite here in the PSAC West. As you take down the top team in the PSAC West Conference, then you immediately get close to getting that. So this is going to be a fun couple weeks. Can this team continue the success? It's going to be a couple long weeks. Traveling up to Clarion next week. Going to be back here for homecoming. So a couple interesting games could go either way. This team, they're going to be excited after this one, but they're going to turn that clock now on the Clarion come next week. And then Gannon, and then at Mercyhurst was always a tough one. And then another bitter rival coming up with Slippery Rock. There's no trophy awarded for that game, but these two teams don't like each other either. So the season, a couple interesting games still coming up. This team, again, probably the favorite here in the PSAC West, but they have to continue the play that we saw here tonight.
Yeah, circle that calendar on October 27th at home against Slippery Rock. That's at 1 p.m. We were talking about how much implication this could create with California coming away with a victory. The implications are equally as high against Slippery Rock later on the season, and this really could have determined who was going to be the winner of the PSAC West. But now, switching our sights over to Slippery Rock, that game is going to mean a lot more. You can see on your screen, play of the game, in my opinion. Dylan, I'm sure you think, yeah, same way. Lamont McFadder traveling 100 yards down the field en route to a 36-24 victory. And that's all we have here from Adamson Stadium. Once again, for Dylan Godet, I am Danny Beck. Thank you for watching Vulcan Football right here on CUTV and live on CUTV Sports 1.